Look how much murder. The other day, 5 people get murdered in a Clarendon. 5 human beings get murdered. And this a go on every week in a Jamaica. Every week. So how do not pray that way? How do not pray in that way? Pray to where make the gunman them put on them gun. Because apparently the more you pray, the more people are get shot and killed with some little illusion in them head. I can bring down things from people.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all are doing good. Hope you all are doing great. So your boy here come across this one wherein the main headline is it's a big war. Muta, war them wicked on the cutting edge. Plus, guys, you will be also hearing from Dr. Umar Johnson stating of violence among black boys. So guys, this one is gonna be really warm. So you wanna stay tuned and don't forget I'm here on the Black Unity program. So feel free to leave a like and subscribe to this channel if you're new. With that being said, let's go ahead and hear what Muta Baruka got to say in this one. My people, let's walk.
This is the cutting edge, and I remember there with you. And next Wednesday in Jamaica, man. You know, this week I listen to some ones that talk about this 80 thing, you know. And the more me I listen, the more me I get upset. Yeah, man. Because I can't believe people who supposed to have what them call love in them heart. Love in them heart. Think or me hear some Jamaican people I think. Me I tell you, man, disgraceful, worse than Trump. The heart of man, which is a metaphor, because your heart really just did it for pound blood still, but people always refer to your heart. If you, boy, have a heart, no means you must be kind, be generous, be benevolent. And when you say things happen to people, and you start to feel that because you have an idea, we say, them people there and you are not the same thing, therefore, they might be punished. And in your heart, you feel, say, your God is punishing the people, them. You feel that. And it even get weirder when you feel, say, the same thing will punish them people there was going to punish you, but because you are so nearer to God, it just bypass you and gone to some more wickeder people, more people who not accept your God. And when you get right down to it, it's the same God, the people them who the hurricane lick, you are talk about and you are deal with. Because if you go to Haiti, most of the people them over there are Christian-minded people, Roman Catholic. It's like if you come to Jamaica and you hear about obeah, and you're saying to yourself, say, why hurricane must lick Jamaica because the people them at Jamaica deal with obeah. Yet still the majority of Jamaican people is not that inclined, and not only not that inclined to, but the majority of Jamaican people claim Christianity as them ultimate destination and destiny. Because as far as me I say, it come like Christianity is a destiny. So them claim Christianity as them destiny. But when a hurricane lick Jamaica or anything happen to Jamaica, you don't say God have punished Jamaica because of obeah. Because most of the Jamaican people, them don't practice that. But because we get brainwashed into believing that every Asian in Haiti deal with voodoo. And even if them do not deal with voodoo, is a religious practice, a religious thing outside of Christianity. But because we feel in a Jamaica that when you say Haiti, the first thing run up in your mind, voodoo. And then the next thing, Christian mind. Because most of the Christian-minded people may hear us say them thing here. Christian-minded people say, yeah man, God a punishment because them a practice voodoo. The majority of Haitians don't deal with voodoo. Voodoo is part of them heritage, just like how we have obeah down in Jamaica, Pocomania, revivalism, African retentive things that come from Africa and maintain itself in this part of the world. In Cuba, them have Santeria. Santeria come out of the Yoruba tradition. We come across the water with the African them. So you have Santeria in Cuba. In Trinidad, you also have Yoruba tradition. And the biggest Yoruba experience you can experience outside of Africa is in Brazil. Because Brazil have the largest population of African people outside of Africa. And if you go in a place named Bahia, Salvador, Bahia, a lot of the practices in that part of the world amongst African people is retentively Yoruba tradition. But most Brazilians don't practice Yoruba. Just like us, most Cuban is Roman Catholic. Them don't practice Santeria. Just like how most Trinidadian don't practice Yoruba tradition, but it's in them culture. Most Asian don't practice voodoo, but it's in them culture. And them can't tell you about it. Most Jamaican don't practice obeah, but it's in our culture. And we can't tell you about it. So when we hear some little feeble-minded, Christian-minded people, and actually believe it too, that the reason why Haiti always get these devastating so-called natural disasters, but them don't call it natural disaster, them say it's an act of God. And that Christian call these things, you know. Christian call earthquake, hurricane, dry up, famine, what them call it, no, drought, drought, too much rain, them say it's act of God. And if you look at it in a contract, you have certain contract, and most artists will tell you this, that in the contract, them tell you, say, if the show don't get for gone, either by riots or act of God, you must either return the money that you give, you get, or some other thing, or put off the show and make no say you're going to do the show next time. So them call rain washing out a concert act of God, or any such natural disaster, them call it act of God. But the problem I have with this mindset, and it was so upsetting, the problem I have with this mindset is that an earthquake come and kill 300,000 people, and then a flood come, and we hear that over must 800 odd people, 800 odd bodies for. Now when you look on the devastation of the country by this hurricane, and people who supposed to be godly and supposed to have God in them heart, and God supposed to be this all loving, all kind, and all the words that you can find, benevolent God, them have the God in them heart and say God have punished the people them because them is not what them think them is not Christian. And me I tell you, I want to tell you something too, Believe you me, and I hear this thing. People hear me talk about this thing many times, From it up until now, me I talk about it, I'm not stop talking about it, When Ivan did that head towards, because we never get the full blunt to Ivan, We never get the full blunt to Ivan. Remember, I say Ivan did that head straight to Kingston, Straight to Kingston. And one pastor, after Ivan never leave Kingston, one pastor, Al Miller, come out and say, him and him followers, them pray with the hurricane from Lee Kingston. The problem when we have with them foolishness there, These men feel that them have some kind of telephone and some connection with a divine being. That this divine being is them now pray to this thing, and this thing move nature, the course of nature, because of some human delusion. Him saying pray with the hurricane, but guess what? The hurricane go mash up St. Elizabeth when we go down there. Because me have deep interest in that St. Elizabeth. Mash up St. Elizabeth bad. So me I say, all right, this man of God now tell me, and me must believe that. And them congregation believe it too. Because I'm done brainwash them already. Because that is all them do, brainwash people. So them have some divine connection with some force out there. We can do things, that the supernatural things. So how him blow it way from Kingston, because him live at Kingston, because him church there at Kingston and everything, and make it go mash up the place them down at St. Elizabeth. No. Fast forward to this time, Not this week, last week the hurricane was supposed to come. Week before last now. Before this, the Sunday before the hurricane supposed to come, because the hurricane supposed to come Saturday. Me sit down and I watch my TV. I think at CVM. Because sometimes I flip through my channel and I say one preacher. I say, let me hear what that preacher here say. I see the same Al Miller. I kid you not. And I love if them can play it over. And you go to go on all YouTube and see what I say. The same Al Miller sit down in front of the camera and I say, Jamaica, and I quote it exactly, but this is the gist of what I say. Him say Jamaica is so cruel and vile and wicked now that God, him say, sending a hurricane now for sure the people them who in charge. Al Miller said that from the television. Him say, God is now going to show Jamaica because the murdering and all these things, the scamming caused by the way, Mobile and a whole heap of youth don't accept, say, is the scamming that cause so much murder. Whole heap of youth don't Mobile, I tell me that. Say, them not seen, say, the scamming is the reason why you have so much murder. Anyway, that's another argument. But we get back to the reason where Al Miller did believe, say, the hurricane did not go lick Jamaica, just like everybody else. But him put it in a more divine intervention now. That we need this divine intervention. And the hurricane match now is this divine intervention. We're going to show Jamaican people who run things and not wicked run things and God run things. So he make that pronounce upon the TV. Years ago, Ivan, when the hurricane never lick, him come out and say, bam, them blow away the hurricane through prayer. This time now, he must say, because them did believe that the hurricane are going to lick now, it's like God gave him this divine telescope to look into what will happen now because of the wickedness we are going on in Jamaica. Bam! The hurricane divert itself and go another way. So me don't know. Them people that come like the same little passing brother. Where did I walk around my beloved sister who me love so much, Portia Simpson. We are walking and tell her she can't lose the election because God ordained her to be the prime minister. She can't lose. All sort of damn foolishness where the man must sit down and eat bad food every day and drink bad liquor and come tell the woman about she can't lose election. And she did only pray, say yes, like God have nothing to do with election. And the people them decide election and not God. And guess what? She lose. She lose. Because they might interject God, this so-called divine entity, in a human conditions to the point where them can't recognize, say, human conditions must be rectified by human beings. And if something has come that is an act of nature, or according to them act of God, is human beings must prepare themselves in order to make the catastrophe not as problematic as it would have been if they never prepared themselves. So you, whosoever out there, Christian-minded people who are claim authority upon earthquake, a claim authority upon flood, a claim authority upon hurricane, you could have pray a little more and believe it a little more. It's mad when I get mad. It's deluded when you feel say hurricane or lick Jamaica because of uno pray it. And the only reason why it lick Cuba, it lick Haiti is because the people them over there no godly. Uno wicked. We not talk about wicked people. We not talk about latch scammer. We not talk about thief. We not talk about liar and envy. Uno is the same thing like these people. When you look on people and because something happened to them, catastrophe happened to them, uno start want to know say uno show no over righteousness. Over righteous. But uno pray and pray with storm. So what uno do? Pray it go and eat it. And that uno do. Uno say uno wicked. And I come blame some entity out there. Want to know about, want to make up in our brains. And make up that. Want to pray to not exist. What you pray to don't exist. It don't exist in our head. And if it exists in our head, we must keep it in our head. Make it a card into our head space. Nobody can push it upon people and come claim authority over nature. Can't claim authority over nature. Nature do what it wants to do. You know, see how Kingston flood out the other day. You so much water around. You think so you can't stop water. When you cark up here, so water just find another way to go. Big fire blaze down there, so water just out that. Man build up in big skyscraper building. Water just soak on the ground and just soften that ground and just make that just broke down. You think that some loving, kind, generous entity out there do that? Nature, I do that. Eat air and water is a sustenance of life. Yet still eat air and water destroy life. I just saw it go. Hurt me, man. Hurt me bad. When me hear these little over-righteous fundamentalists, I don't even know that name. I don't even know what else to call them. Look how much murder. The other day, 5 people get murdered in a Clarendon. Tracy? Yeah. A Clarendon. How much picnic in that? 2? 2 little picnic get shot tonight, or 3. It no matter. 5 human beings get murdered. And this a go on every week in Jamaica. Every week. So only not pray that way. Only not praying that way. Pray to way make the gunman them put on them gun. Because apparently the more on prayer, the more people are get shot and killed with some little illusion in our head. I come bring down things from people and I come take it off on myself and I go like a uno, cause it. Imagine how presumptuous can religious people get to think that they cause something to happen to the nation or don't make something happen to the nation that is governed by eat, air, and water. Eat, air, and water. Then all the hurricane go lick America now. Almost 20 odd people, them said dead and flood. The thing still arise. It lick Cuba. It lick Bahamas. Now you have one named Nicole where they right over Bermuda, they right now. Oh, I hurricane them lick Bermuda, so. Volcano erupt. Tsunami a tear down place. ISIL a chop off people head. Russian and American a bomb people in Syria. I mean, all them things they are going in the earth and a man a do it. So where I say now? Oh, not about that. Oh, they have no mass prayer meeting. Look how much time past March through Spanish Town. You know how much time? Wait, I one of them up on the TV there. Is that past that? No. I say, no. You know how much time you hear them talk about them have prayer meeting to protect Jamaica from evil forces. You know how much time you see them a march through Spanish Town because too much crime in Spanish Town. And as them done march, all the gunmen them a march tonight too, you know. The gunmen them a march and the thing too, you know. And I say, yeah, to stop the crime and stop the killing. And then gun cock up underneath them and so on them Bible in them back pocket. The gun in them back round and so, you know. And the Bible, the New Testament, some of them carry on the New Testament though. Them not carry the whole Bible, you know. Gunmen not carry the whole Bible. Them carry the New Testament from Matthew to Revelation. Them not bother deal with the Old Testament. Yeah, man, I tell me they're not passing that. They're not passing that. I hold up them and this up. And I pray. See them on the TV there, man. Look how much mothers are crying, man. Look how much tears women in Jamaica can drop you now. The tears were falling in Jamaica, man, is more than the flood rain will lick Jamaica. The amount of tears where mothers in Jamaica shed. The amount of blood will run in Jamaica. It's more than ever any river we have flow right now, not even Dunn's River. Have so much liquid, like the liquid of blood. We're running at Jamaica. Then you have to know what's enough. No, him that I put all Levite. You know, I look at the TV, Tracy. You know, the man has sprinkled Levite around the people them. All them little madness there. And them little madness there we are talking about. See, that just as me I talk about it that come over the news. Eh? It hurt me. You know why it hurt me? It hurt me because if them people, you could have just pray and just keep them prayer to themselves instead of pray and go on like say something that is of matter, M-A-T-T-E-R, is them have control of over it because them pray. It hurt me. It hurt me. Because when you look on TV every day, every night you look on the television and you see some mother cry. I see some woman today, I have to go deal with some, you know, something I have something to go check out tomorrow, I just talk about that, you know. Up at Red Hills Road. Them decide now to them about, I want to hear the other side of that story there, you know. Because I see the woman, them a ball, say them did it from them granny there. And now them a come tell the people, them say them a go bulldozer them. You never see that thing there? Up at Red Hills Road. One community up already where them tell the people they must come off of the property as well now. And the people tell them now nowhere to go because them don't know nowhere else. Them have them business there for much years. Them grandmother come there so them come live there. So me just see it on the news. I want to find out how that go. So where the compassion for the people them? Maybe them will give the people them warning, but the people them say them not get no warning. I want to find out if them people them will get warning because them say the people them have go left by tomorrow as them go bulldoze the place. A madness. You can't make a man set up himself for how much years? 40 years, 30 years, him dead. Because the woman, when I see a ball on the TV show older than you know. A big woman, look like she have a picnic and grand picnic. And them tell she have to go move off of the land by tomorrow. A wickedness. So where the God in that there? Where the prayer was supposed to go up? Pray for yourself and your loved ones in the calmness of your soul. I'm going to lock up in a room or in your bathroom and pray. But don't come out after you done pray to come tell the world, say, look here, you just pray with the storm. And then you realize that the storm going to lick and kill 800 people over there, so 20 people over there, so wash out millions of acres of land. The people them have no more, nothing else. They have to depend now from people for coming at them land, for come exploit them land again. Because the UN exploit them land the last time and put cholera in them country. And it's another conspiracy theory. Them admit that. Say cholera, the cholera from in the earthquake time spread in Haiti. And now we see the cholera rise again because of the water situation now and the dirty water and the cholera in Haiti because some scrupulous United Nations people go there who them claims they help the people them. The Red Cross and the Clinton Foundation billions of dollars to help the people them during the earthquake. And when we look on the infrastructure at Haiti in this time, we are say where are them? When you hear all say I'm not say Sean, where the actor name? Sean Penn. Fly him own jet, go down there. There a brother with name John Travolta. All of them big man there, down there. When the earth in 2010, when the earthquake go on, and yes, rotted, what a good people them and rare, and the Clinton Foundation, billions of dollars were supposed to rush go down there. Which part all of them money they go? Which part all of them money they go? Because from 10 to 60, you know what all the money that, you know, the infrastructure we could have set in Haiti with all the money there. The devastation we're going right now with this hurricane would be lessened because you'd have more infrastructure there and more things to be there set to provide for the people them. That is the idiot people in Jamaica now we are come talk about say them blow a hurricane, pray a hurricane, and hurricane go little so because the people them are voodoo them I work with. You understand? Look how the people them are suffering in Haiti, and you have less crime in Haiti than in Jamaica. How is that possible? Almost 10 million people in Haiti. Almost 10 million. The population of Haiti is almost 10 million, if not 10 million. And our population is less than 3 million. That means that them have 3 times the amount of people in Haiti that were in Jamaica. And them say Haiti is one of the poorest country in the world. In the world. And them infrastructure is terrible. Yet still, Jamaica, where we have the latest car them from America, where it take 1 hour and 18 minutes to reach at the nearest point in America, on an aeroplane. Where we can ask the brethren for say, by the way, I see a man from things that say, from Florida, he must say, all the people them who have send money to Western Union must send back him money because he must suffer in Florida now with the hurricane. You see him? You didn't see him? The man of course. The man say, hey, uno Jamaican people, watch out. Me send money down Western Union for help you for hurricane. No hurricane never lick no. Hurricane a lick me up and so send back my money to Western Union. Because Western Union go 2 ways. That is so funny, man. That is so funny. It's a serious thing, though. It's a serious thing. It's time we stop this foolishness. And it's time the past and them stop lead the people them in that curveball thing there. It's time the past and them show more compassion. It's time the past and them stop lead the people them in that illusion of connection with some divine entity out there. Because Jamaica has a serious problem. Too much killing. And it's not no act of God doing it. Is we a kill we. We a kill we. And most of the time I know, anytime a gunman bust down a door, the first thing them about, Lord Jesus Christ help me. First thing, my God help me, do, no shoot me, sir, don't shoot me. Jesus Christ, you see the people them on the TV attack. So, me don't know. Cutting edge. Problem with it is that them teach way and we get so embedded in for them things that anything where is African, we demonize it. Everything. Check it. People in a Jamaica who go to church every Sunday, even if them don't know the origin or the symbolism of the thing, as long as it don't connect it to them Christian faith, them say it's devil thing. How did they get us to do that? I mean, you talk about elderly people who is embedded in this thing here. It's like our grandmother's church. My grandmother, she go to church every Sunday and every time church I keep. Right in a Jonestown, the Baptist church. And everything we should do related to our Christian belief. Everything. And you can't tell them, say, your ear, like my ear, or any normal Jamaican youth ear. No, it wasn't bad ear. Yes. Them claim say your ear, you have bad ear. Grandmothers in a Jamaica, tell them picnic say, nobody bring no man inside of the house who black and ugly like your papa. Grandmothers say that. We go to church every Sunday. Nobody bring no man in your yard, in the house, black and ugly like your papa. Because them always add the black with ugly. You're black and ugly. Grandmothers inculcate that in a young people. And you have to fight. You have to fight, man, to come out of that mindset there. When you grow big, you have to fight. That's when now them talk about you can't go to your school with your ear look a certain way. It's only black people hear them talk about them not talk about no other nation or race of people in Jamaica. When them talk about bad ear, can't go to school. No other group of people in Jamaica is subjected to this ridiculous thing about well-kept ear and bad ear and your ear look shameful and disgraceful. Your ear must look well-groomed. It's only black people ear. And you're black and ugly. You black and ugly head, picky like black pepper grain. All them things that them use for describe themselves and we grandmothers. Every Sunday them go church. Every home in Jamaica have a picture of Jesus in the house. Every home in Jamaica have a picture of Jesus in the house. Especially in a way you call the ghetto area them. You can never go in a house and not see Jesus' picture in there. This blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white-eyed guy in some Roman tunic. Imagine them have a Jew and wear a Roman tunic. Look upon it if you believe it's like me I tell. Most of the picture them. Look upon the tunic them where the senators them used to wear in the forum in a Rome. Same forum where them create democracy. Same forum where them did kill Caesar. Brutus and them friend them kill Caesar. Look upon the clothes where them have on. And the picture where you have hang up in your house. Look upon the same kind of clothes. Jesus have on. That same white guy there upon the wall. Look upon it and look keenly and carefully. And see if that guy upon the wall look like anybody will look like you in the majority of Jamaicans. Yet still your grandmother instilled that in you. That no care how you're conscious. No care how you say you're black power this. No care how you say you're Rasta this and Rasta that. When you shut your eye and think on the image of Jesus, is a white man you look on. Is a white man you look on. When you say Jesus. And them name one of the slave ship them SS Jesus of Rubeck. John Hawkins, one of John Hawkins ship name SS Jesus. Oh great thou art. And a white man who carries slaves, see us to carry Africans from that part of the world to this part. Same get converted and write a song that him get saved as a wretched man like him get saved. And we have black people stand up in a church and I sing this song. Save a wretch like me. The man write a song to appease him own guilt. Him own guilt. And then we sing it now. We sing it and I share this guilt of this slave owner who used to ship way from there to there and feel bad about it because him say him get saved. Terrible thing we find ourselves in. So when all Paul Bogle rise up in the church and we understand how the church thing they go, in all parts, both in this part where them call the Americas, well, the whole of the place them call the Americas. We live in the Americas. It's just that you have the United States of America, that continent over there. So, but Cuba, Trinidad, all of them is the Americas. We not calling to them. But when you look on churches in America, the United States of America, and churches in the Caribbean, the only place the slave them did have to come together as a group was in the church. Because there wasn't a threat in the church. Because the white guy did always there preach to them. Says, servant, slaves, be obedient to your master. The word of God said that. Slaves, be obedient to your master. So, them pacify the slave them in the church. And say, one day, when you all die, we will go to that heavenly place in that land flowing with milk and honey. And you did not come from a country already where the land did not flow with milk and honey. And them take you from it and bring you come over here so that when you're dead, you're going to have them things there. Terrible. And we believe it. But once some of us rise up in the church and use the church to organize ourselves, to liberate ourselves, and somehow we create songs to mask the movement that we were planning against these slave masters, this Bakra master, and record it in messages and songs praising Jesus. Little did they know that these same songs that was praising Jesus was also planning to burn down them plantation. But them never know because the slave them did understand code. Paul Bogle did understand code. That's why I did move up to be a deacon in the church. Sam Sharp, this little youth. He's a youth. I don't think he would reach all 30 yet. Stand to be corrected. But I don't think he would reach 30 yet. Where them say, would I rather dead from the gallows than live as slave. This little youth was a Christian, so they say. And him use the church to organize the African them, for burn down plantation and get rid of Bakamasa. So, just like in America, this woman, them call her the female Moses. Go look her up. Harriet Tubman and all these women who rise up in America. The underground movement of Africans. This woman say, I free many slaves. But I could have freed more if only they knew they were slaves. And she used the church. She used the church to motivate the people them to move from the south, go clear up to the north, till them region of Canada. Many Africans should do that with. And them sing songs and create songs. But them put Jesus in it. Just like how when you go to the Santeria and when you go to the Voodoo camp and the Santeria place and the obeah place, the revivalist place, you see there's a fusion of some form of Christian motif there, whether it's the cross or whether it be something, you see it each up beside the orange or the sour lime or the glass of water or the cola nut. You see it there. And when the slave master come in there and hear you sing, all him can know about is the part where say Jesus Christ is my Savior. But him don't know the other part where the slave them done signal one another. Just like how them ban cane row here. We might look at it as a simple thing. But in slavery days, them ban women cane row in them here. Because the house slave, the woman in the house used to know what is happening in the house as it relates to the slave master and his wife and him picking them. And when she hear anything of value, scientifically, and them don't tell us that this is science, but it's science, them would plait them ear, cornrow them ear, and this cornrow would send message when them walking at the field. The house slave walking at the field, and the field slave like me look on her ear and she say, okay, all right, master, I'll go away this weekend and we can burn down him house. without talking. And when the slave master realized that I go on, them just ban that. Just like the drum. We are beat with drum and them never understand where I go on. And we are send message with the drum. And everybody are listening and say, what? Master, I left this weekend, you know. Make we move, you know. And we just burn down plantation. And them I try to figure out this way I go on until some guy, some like a police, some like a bossy slave will live out of parliament. Come show them, say, yeah, when I go so, it mean you're gone. When I go so, it means say when you're gone, I go and burn down your house. So them just ban the drum. And it goes on and on and on. The more them find out about the African retentions, is the more it become demonized. So most of the things them what we used to use to facilitate our liberation and freedom, even the dance was demonized. All with dance was demonized. And you'd have one man named Bookman. Bookman left Jamaica and go to Haiti. And this is the connection where we have with Haiti. Bookman, this great obeah man, this great herbalist, this great healer, use them know, not gun and knife and bomb. Because them French, they have more than that, more of that than we. But him use what was at him disposal as a healer, as a medicine man, as a obeah man. And just instill it in the Haitian them more and more and more. Till him become one of the heroes, the unsung heroes of the Haitian Revolution. Bookman was a real man. Taki was a real person. You think they're never afraid of Taki? You think a gun Taki did I use by them? A fear. Because them superstitious and them put superstition in a we now that we fear too. And we feel say if we sprinkle olive oil, we will get rid of certain demons. Sprinkle olive oil around Montego Bay. And that you must do. Sprinkle the olive oil around Montego Bay. Your Bible, them get them thing there from, like how we say the way it name to them. May I tell you, them talk about black people superstitious. May I tell you. Anyway, this is the cutting edge on RFM. We're going to shift subject here. Yeah, we're going to shift the subject now. We're going to talk to the event coordinator of event that will take place at the Institute of Caribbean Studies at the Reggae Studies Unit at the University of the West Indies. It is the annual Walter Rodney event on October the 14th to the 15th under the theme Walter Rodney as an agent of liberation, organizing the down-pressed for self-emancipation. And as usual, the public is invited to hear this talk and lecture. It's something that happened over a period of time, it happened. But you want to know who is Walter Rodney. It's very easy to know. One of my most famous book is How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. We don't want to call him name funny, so we want to talk to Dr. Ajuma Nangwaya. Good night, sir.
Yes, good night, brother Muta.
I catch your name Ajuma, right?
Well, Ajamu Nangwaya.
Ajamu Nangwaya, all right.
Yeah, man. I'm a yard because I was a time a student. I'm asking why.
Where you get your
name
from?
Well, sir, I'm check see African, and I'm going to say, yeah, man, it's African just like you. I'm behind Kingston.
Yeah, that's about me. Them use the Muta Baroque, and them say, where you come from, Africa? Somebody back up a gas station. There's somebody about 2 o'clock one morning, me don't play out, I'm reach out and get in a Constant Spring, And a woman jump out of car and say, are you near Muta Baroque? I say, yeah. I say, which part of Africa you come from? say, oh, you mean part of Africa? I come and say, then the name Muta Baruka, I don't know what kind of name. I say, anyway. All right, so this is that thing will happen regular, right? I mean,
yeah, man. It's an annual event. The Institute of Caribbean Studies hold, and them do it at this time of the year to commemorate the expulsion of Walter Rodney from Jamaica on October 15, 1968, but also to commemorate the Rodney Rebellion, or what they call the Rodney riot or the Rodney affair that happened as a result of the banning, but also because of the oppression that Africans experienced under the independent government in Jamaica, where time was very, very tough for the working class, for the down press. So a lot of time people see the Rodney Rebellion and they say the people them are lick out against the government for banning Rodney, but the people were licking out because of the economic oppression, the political exclusion, the racial down pressure that working class Africans experienced in Jamaica. So it was a double thing, and even Rodney referenced that it's not about just me, but it's about the separation. And things was really hard for Africans in Jamaica, in spite of the fact that the economy was booming. Yeah,
all right, wait there. Who go and give this lecture?
Well, it's the first day, the 14th of October, there'll be a panel discussion. So you have Professor Rupert Lewis on the panel, and you have a brother named Lloyd de Aguilar. So he'll be on the panel. I'm also on the panel, and you have a student who will be looking at how we can foster student activism in Jamaica today. Like, what are some of the challenges and the prospects for that happening? So instead of having a lecture, you have one person speaking, you have four people looking at Rodney and raising critical issues about how we can organize today, how we can fight the system of oppression.
So you have a subject for 1/14th and a next subject for the 15th. I just a continuation of the same subject for the 2 days.
Yes, now the 15th, what we're looking on, normally you just have a lecture and people hear, get information. Essentially, you disseminate or spread knowledge. Yeah. But the workshops on the 15th, which is the Saturday, is looking at the nuts and bolts of organizing. Because it's not enough just to have the knowledge of oppression or freedom, but we need the knowledge and the skills to actually carry out the work of liberation. Yeah. And that's a workshop coming to be now, because it's a look at practical issues, skills development, knowledge development, developing your critical skills so that you can work together with others to move forward. Because one of the things that Kwame Ture always say when go through Toronto and other cities is that organization is the weapon of the oppressed. And if we don't organize, we can't fight Babylon. We must work together collectively in order for that to happen. And right now, a lot of people are kind of allergic to working together collectively. They will run off the mouth and say, boy, things hard, them are fight, them are oppressed with. But when you tell people, then let's get together an organization and start to organize programs to fight. Yeah. Then people cannot start back up because it costs a high level of commitment beyond a demonstration.
And not only that, too, them grab you so much of the food, clothes and shelter situation, the 9 to 5 thing, that it's very difficult for a man to think outside of that to deal with something else,
True.
Yeah. All right.
So we have to do that.
All right, tell me now, you mentioned you mentioned 3 names on the panel. So the panel is the same for the 2 days. The same people.
No, the panel is different. Well, actually, I'm in one of the workshops I'm doing on the 15th. I'm looking at cooperative economic development, because for us to fight capitalism, we can't fight capitalism with capitalism. To come up with a different approach to economics. I'm saying it must be collective, cooperative economics, where if we're going to own a store, it can't be an African own a store and then employ other Africans. That is still exploitation. What I'm proposing is that a group of Africans come together as workers and collectively own the business and democratically run it as a collective. So they're not really joining together to make profit, but to provide employment and other functions. And if they make this...
From my area, talk about different kind of governments. Rupert Lewis and Diaghilar. I know Diaghilar is a hardcore communist. Rupert Lewis was a communist one time. I don't know if you know degrade himself to socialist. I don't know what kind of, if you're a Democrat, if you deal with democracy or socialism, which one of them?
Well, I guess that's a question that people can pose to him to say, boy, like, what type of society you see as desirable.
That's why I asked you that, because when you mentioned and said democracy on a levels, you know, and you realize, here's a man now where him say, boy, democracy don't look like it can't work enough to try something else, but you're not tell me what is this something else. So that's why I asked you that. Because I know where Diaghilar would have said.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if him still think that way there, but I know Rupert Lewis was a hardcore, a Russian kind of communist. You know, understand?
Right.
So I don't know what you was or is at the moment, but what would you think could replace democracy?
Well, when we talk about democracy, like, I'm not equating democracy with capitalism, which is an economic system where a small minority own the wealth or the productive resources, like the land, the building, the factories. That's a different thing from what I would say a democracy is. Like, what we have and call democracy, or what I see as liberal capitalist democracy, it is still a political setup where minority rule is still able to carry on under the guise of popular participation in elections. But at the end of the day, the people who pay the piper call the tune, and it's really a small minority. What I'm proposing in terms of an economic system is one where the means of production, the land, the capital, buildings, factories, those are under the ownership of the people. Not a political party where people say a vanguard party own it on behalf of the masses, but where the people genuinely, in a direct, democratic way, control and make the decisions over it. But in looking at it in a practical way, in terms of how do we get from here, where we have minority ownership and domination of the economy, to there, we can start, in terms of a transitional program, go about owning things collectively. For example, a simple thing like even the banking system. Many of us go around, and especially coming up to the Occupy movement, saying, oh, the bank system control the economy. But at the same time, we take our money and put it in the banks, not the credit unions. Credit unions are democratic organizations, financial cooperatives, owned by the members, controlled by the members. The members sit on the board. But, credit unions are not perfect as they should be, or operating the way they should.
So for
potentially,
the bank is capitalist, and I'm not what capitalist. The bank is capitalist. But
it's a capitalist institution.
But the credit union is more like what? Democratic socialism?
It's a democratic economic organization, because credit unions started as a tool to provide financial services to working class people in rural communities and working class people in urban communities. So if we shift our savings or all the transactions we do and put them into credit union, and then turn the credit unions into like political and economic institutions for the down press in a radical democratic way, we can challenge the bank. So now we will have the resources. So since we're shifting our savings to credit unions, we can provide loans to businesses that are owned by the workers. If you have instead of having workers working on farm, then you can loan money to the workers that they can go into farming as a collective, a democratic collective.
Where you're exposed and where we see on the paper as the theme under the heading of Walter Rodney was, you could have even moved Walter Rodney name and put Paul Bogle name there, Because at the same thing, Paul Bogle did a fight for, them years ago, them time there, that we still come fight for the same thing for the workers, them, them time. And it's kind of stressful. It's stressful that you have to really rewind the clock to do the same thing where it did happen
Well,
Paul Vogel time?
it was still a capitalist economic system that we were oppressed under during Paul Vogel, and the same one we were oppressed under during Walter Rodney, and the same one we were oppressed under when you and I living in a later period, So it's like the same message. But as we, for example, a lot of people don't realize, that in Jamaica we had the sugar worker cooperatives under the Manley administration in the 1970s, and it was abolished, and them get to the sugar worker cooperative. That is a potential, is a case study that we can look at today and say that, okay, so how can Africans look at the lessons, the success and the mistakes of the sugar worker cooperative to deal with economic development today? I see, after the enslavement, the Africans in this country and throughout the Americas, where the British control, we didn't get anything. Well, so even today, we are still economically oppressed and excluded. We don't want to use, the dog-eat-dog economics of capitalism to move the development program. But as I said, cooperative economics can be a part of the transitional program, where if you have a grocery store in our community, instead of having the ethnic and racial minorities controlling us and having us as workers, the consumers can get together and set up a consumer cooperative where every customer is a member of the cooperative. So instead of having these minorities exploiting us, we come together and organize. So our thing would be, it's not just to make money, it would be to provide affordable food, nutritious food. So it goes beyond just making
so
money.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, man.
The kind of system that you're talking about now, under what label that system would come? What would you label it as? In terms of, you said democracy, but we don't see democracy at work according to how you say it. So, forget it more wide-based. What you would label that system as?
Well,
the system where you want come in, the system where you would like.
A name that you could look at it, is it would fit under anarchism as a political and philosophical system, because anarchy, unlike what many people think when talk about anarchy or anarchism, it doesn't mean chaos. It's a well thought out system.
Well, the democratic people call it chaos, It's not people who see it as anarchy call it chaos,
So anarchy is and you see the guy named C.L.R. James. A lot of people don't know them. They say, yes, C.L.R. James was a Marxist, and he was a Marxist. But he was a different type of Marxist, because C.L.R. James didn't believe in the vanguard party. No. He had belief in the people, that the people can run the economy themselves. They don't need a vanguard party. He didn't believe in the state. He believed that
central government.
No, he didn't believe. He believed in just abolishing the state, because in a communist society, the state does not exist. So what the monstrosity that was masquerading around and saying it was communism. In a communist society, there's no state. There's no vanguard party, because the people directly and collectively run and organize the society. So 3 critical features we find in a communist society. It is stateless. So the state because in all societies, the state represents the dominant group, whether it's a political or administrative group, like what we see in Cuba or China, or the former Soviet Union, or...
Make we back up a little. When you say in a communist state, there's no... What is it? In a communist...
There's no state.
There's
because
no state.
even if you look at Marx or Lenin, they knew that the communist society is a stateless society. It doesn't have the state, because there's no class there. And in a communist society, we'd have a classless society.
So
there's no class.
So you have to because there's no class, there's no state?
There's no state.
No, but
remember, it's not a young institution.
No, wait a virgin. Hold on. Listen to what you say, because there's no class, there's no state. What you're saying really? Because communism have a state, but them don't define it as such. Because it's a group of people that facilitate what the people do and what the people don't do. It's a group of people do that. It's not like anarchy where, you know, you don't have no central government. Communism still have a central government.
Okay, what we know as communism, those were in communist societies. And if you look in terms of communist theory, they know that they weren't in a communist society because in a communist society, there will be no state. So these were like
so is that thing to be attained then? Is that thing to be attained then? Like Russia is not a communist state.
It was never. And they would say we're building a communist society. But the anarchists were saying, even a guy like Mikhail Bakunin, when he was battling with Marx in the International Working Men's Association, they call it the First International, he was saying that if the state should be acquire the power where the state socialists are pushing, it would be a terrible situation. So when the Soviet Union came into being, and the things that Mikhail Bakunin and other anarchists were saying would have to happen.
All right,
so these people weren't creating a communist society.
Let me ask you a question. If you now declare that there was never a communist state.
No. Because it can't be a communist state.
All right, hold on. Is there any state that is anarchist? Or this is something that you want to attain? Because if anarchism is something that is supposed to be attained, one could also say that communism, since there was never a communism, but people who give credence to communism could say, yeah, communism is never attained, but that is what would drive poor people out of the debacle of suffering where them have. Or you would answer that?
Well, the thing is that, you know, in many anarchists are saying that the means that you pursue is an end in itself.
Right.
So you can't use a repressive means to bring about the democratic end. When you're going to repress the workers, you're going to boss them and bully them and drive them around in order to free them. They just say that's an impossibility, that the means are really ends in a state of becoming, in the sense that the means are ends. So you can't say, well, you know what, we're going to try to free our community and we're going to sell drugs and then we use the money to promote economic development. So you're going to destroy the people, undermine their certain habits, and then you're going to say you're going to use that money to feed the youth or to send some youth to a school. Like, you know, the means they use must be a reflection of the ends that you seek, the goals that you seek. So you can't use repressive means to bring about a democratic.
So you say anarchism would bring about true democracy then, because it is not a set of people in a parliament that is decided. That was the people them itself.
It would be the people. And we can do that now, even today.
Yeah.
If we're organizing a community where we're saying, look, we're going to challenge how the politics is organized. Yeah. So, for example, if we live in a community named New Africa, and we have, like, say, 5,000 people living in it, we can set up a democratic system that we use to start to challenge the existing political system. So any priorities that were set in a New Africa are priorities where we arrive at through a democratic assembly.
Yeah, but don't use the word anarchy in Jamaica, you know. Don't even mention the word there, you know. You're done if you start talking about your anarchists in Jamaica. I don't know why people look down upon anarchy. Every time you mention anarchy, them say, no, me no confusion. I say, but all anarchy and confusion, but anarchy have to do with confusion. Because I say that all the while on a program about people, you know, I don't know.
No, but what we can show them, you know, you see, like even the Igbo were stateless people, and there are other stateless societies in Africa. You see, so when people are big up the Ghana, the Mali, the Tonga, and all them places, all of them societies them are big up in African history, you know. Because the people them who never established a state, and they had democratic systems. So in some cases, women weren't fully involved in the political order, but sometimes, even among even the Igbo, even was a kind of patriarchal society, women did have a certain level of influence, but they had a system where they didn't have kings. And even when Walter Rodney did his in transformed his PhD dissertation into the book called A History of the Upper Guinea Coast from 1545 to 1800. He stated that the societies that didn't have kings were least likely to be involved in the slave trade because they didn't have a ruling group, ruling groups in those societies.
And that brings feudalism, that king kind of thing bring a kind of feudalism in the society.
Yes, and boss over the people. But you see, the societies that didn't have a state, and were more democratic in terms of popular governance of the people in the society, they are least likely to be involved and to collude with the enslaving Africans.
All right, so we're talking about October the 14th to the 15th.
Yeah, man.
We're talking about the which part is I keep now?
Oh, it's going to be at the Neville Hall Lecture Theatre.
Neville Hall, all right, Neville Hall Lecture
Yeah, man,
Theatre.
and the event is free. And
what time it start?
It starts on the Friday. It starts at 6 p.m.
When the next day it start when?
And on Saturday it starts at 10 a.m.
Okay.
So, lunch will be provided, and we're encouraging people to come out because we need to start. You see, the thing about Rodney, and that's why he had to get banned, Rodney was able to pull together the different, I would say, the disparate elements within the emerging Black Power movement in the 1960s.
Yeah.
So you had Rastafari, you had even Sir Claudius Henry, the religious kind of Black Power advocates here. You had even left-wing and progressive faculty, and you had students. You have the urban unemployed. Rodney was able to circulate among all of them forces there. And when you look on the intelligence report that them started with them up on the intelligence file that the special branch that the secret police had on Rodney, they were saying that he's a dangerous guy because he is the one that could unify and coordinate the Black Power forces. And it's interesting that after them ban Rodney at the Abeng movement, we pull together leftists and Rastafari, urban youth, and them come together. But that was what them fear about Rodney when they banned him. So even from August 1968, that the secret police, the Jamaican spies, start to look at Rodney and they say, this is the guy who's too dangerous to have here.
Them can't
man.
All
because
right.
they fear the unity of the oppressed.
So I could talk about the panel discussion and the relevance of Walter Rodney to the struggle for justice and liberation. And the panelists are, who is the panelists? Are Rupert Lewis?
Yes, you have Dr. Rupert Lewis who will be looking at Rodney, and he will be introducing Rodney to the people in terms of who is this Walter Rodney,
and
why is he significant, and talk about him life so that people who never know about Rodney or people even know about him
get a glimpse
may know additional aspects of
and the other brethren is Diaguilar, who what is film part and discussion?
He's looking at the economic system and the approach to organizing that Walter Rodney embraced. So we look at capitalism as an economic system and Rodney's part on it. He will look at also Rodney's approach to organizing, because Rodney didn't believe in the vanguard part where people said, well, the communists believe in having a tight, highly skilled, motivated group of people who are organizing enough. He used to get membership enough to them party.
And
they have to jump through all the stages.
And what aspect are you going to look at? Because we have to go now still, but we just want
what I'm looking at is how we can use Rodney's approach to working with the people is relevant in working class communities today. How can we use his organizing approach to facilitate the emancipation of people? One of the things Rodney believes in is the self-emancipation of the people. And some people fireball into that and say, oh, you're into populism and the spontaneous uprising of the people. And say, no, we must provide the people with the knowledge and skills, and then we free themselves.
A certain amount of that go on, if you're looking at the arcade, or even in the coronation market amongst the people, a certain level of practicality, that same co-op business, that same anarchy where we are talking about, that's all. It exists. In the people, if you go to a coronation market or even at the arcade, it's just that them not label it as, you that didn't want to label it, or we would have said that is that and that is that. But if you study the movement and how the people them get. But when I was say wealth, but how them get money for take care of them family, is that system there. Work in the coronation market and in a way name there, but
so
we
what
never
we
studied
need to do
it.
is to upgrade them system there in a way where we can take on bigger economic projects rather than some kind of fat foot hustling on the margin.
That is
because, Virgin, I've been away from Jamaica for like 30 years. I'm going to come back now on the scene. I'm going to say, boy,
30 years
they come back to economic slavery when it comes to the Africans in Jamaica.
Yeah.
So we need a movement and a program, but it's not to mimic private ownership. It's collective ownership, because we have to, that's a part of African history.
All right, we have to move now, Bridget. We have to move. So,
yeah, man.
We look forward to that. Give thanks, yeah?
Yeah, man, give thanks to Muta. I second time we're reading a Virgin. Yeah, man, we're reading a Copa in Toronto. You remember that film that Lillian Allen did? Yeah, man. We were reading, and you were playing on the Mighty Diamond play, and you come out as a featured artist, and then in the back room we're reason for feminism and communism and whatever thing.
All right, sir. So you're there now. You're there now back. See, you're there
again. Man,
I'm
playing at the place now, and I'd love to do something on Kwanzaa.
All right, give thanks.
So we organize them with there, you know?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
Yeah, we're talking to Dr. Ajamo Nangwe Waya about this Walter Rodney as an agent of liberation organizing the Loan Press for Self-Emancipation at Neville Hall. This will be taking place October the 14th to the 15th, right up there in the road. University of the West Indies. You know, so when I say University of the West Indies, you know, I feel kind of like I shouldn't say it. No, that's a serious thing, you know, from that idea. When I say the University of the West Indies kind of have me away. Yeah, actually it's the West Indies. It have me away. Big group out of Haiti. This was one of the first foreign group we ever interviewed on the cutting edge in the 90s. Yeah, man, they were very popular. Very, very popular. We did quite a few shows with them all over America. Bookman experience. Toto Basiente, this is the cutting edge Haitian style music. Yeah, man. Feast your eyes and your ears for them music, yeah. We neighbors them. Our neighbor. Yeah, man, our neighbor. Yes. Yeah.
Greetings.
Greetings, man.
Yeah, man. Buenas noches, mi amigo. I'm my first.
Wait, hold on. Where make you creep in at Spanish? French that you listen to, you know.
I know, I just coming from a Spanish region and a French region, so it's still in me, you know what I mean?
No, you know, easy, you know. All right, go on, sir. What you say?
Yes, I just want to say that, you know, just got back into the country for the Peter Tosh thing, and congratulations to black music for being the sound chosen to play at the events for the Peter Tosh celebration of his museum opening and the benefit concert.
All right. So which part you come from, by the way?
South America.
Okay.
And through Florida. And then into Jamaica, because, you know, the activities start next week. You know, and we have to start the ball rolling. You know, we have the reunification of the Word, Sound and Power band.
Yeah. Mikey Chung going to play?
Yeah, Mikey Chung coming in Saturday.
Oh, because I know it kind of in the hospital.
Yeah, he was, but him fit.
Am I right now? Am I right?
Yes.
Give thanks to that.
Steve Golden coming in to Donald King.
What do you mean coming in? Where Steve Golden live?
He live in Florida, man.
Steve Golden live in Florida? Wait, you're serious?
Yes.
How long?
He live in Florida a good while. You know, he play with...
What you call good while? Tell me what you call good while.
I would say over 2 years or so.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he play with Israel Vibration.
Yeah, I know he play with it, but I never know him live in Florida, man. All right.
Yeah, a lot of them have a foot here and a foot there and everywhere, you know.
I have too much foot. Like an octopus.
But I must say that, you know, we are proud that to add Denroy Morgan, you know, he did a version of Get Up, Stand Up, you know. Me hear, you know.
Me see mention it on my email there.
Yeah, so it's going to be a great celebration, you know, with Peter Tosh songs by, you know, a list of top celebrities. And
so you're not sing too?
And black sounds will be the sounds.
You're not sing too? You're not sing?
Well, I do a little MC along with Tommy Cowan, you know.
Okay.
And, you know, I played some role in the introduction of a lot of Peter's shows, so we have to interject a little of me, too.
Of course.
You know, but my concentration is merely to get the show part running. You know, the museum opening on Tuesday.
Yeah.
You know, and then we have the symposium, you know, on Wednesday.
And this Tuesday, it will open?
The 19th, yeah.
I know this Tuesday, man.
That's next week, Tuesday.
No, man, I say, man. Next week, Tuesday, on the 19th, man.
And when is it? What date is it?
Wednesday, the 19th, man.
Yeah.
Wednesday, the 19th.
Wednesday, I mean, sorry, my mistake. Wednesday, sorry. Yeah, so next week, Wednesday, the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Tuesday is the symposium.
That time birthday, Wednesday and birthday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And Tuesday is the symposium, you know. I mean, Thursday is the symposium. And then Friday is a big press conference, you know, international press and everyone. And then Saturday is a big concert, reunification benefit concert.
Right on Trafalgar Road there.
Yes, around Peter Tosh Square, that's what's the name of it. And then Sunday, you know, there's a trip down to Westmoreland, you know, to pay respect. Yeah,
I never hear about that part. They never post me about that part there.
Yes, going down to Belmont, to his mausoleum, you know.
What, them a bus a leave? How it go?
Yes, a bus is leaving. The estate, you know, is providing
How much bus?
Well, so far I know one big bus.
So it's a free bus? You can't just go jump on it so you have to pay your money?
Well, the people who are involved in the whole affair, not the Jamaican guys come and jump on the bus.
Organizers like you.
Well, me, you, and people who partake in the event and overseas people who have not seen it yet and so on. You know, a lot of people have not been down there to see what it's like down at Belmont Park, you know. You have been there every year when we have that thing in February.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a little celebration there too, you know what I mean? And then that climax the 4-day activity, you know. All right, so we'll look forward to it next week. Yeah, man, definitely. And everything should be fine and dandy. We do a Peter Tosh week next week.
I know this, and I'll book you up in an airport again.
Boy, I believe you, me, I was coming through Miami the other day, and the man said to me, what happened to that gentleman you were walking through that left his shoes in the machine? I said, you forget that he told you to keep it till when he was returning?
Every time I go through, you know, be here, sir, you left your shoes. All right, keep it.
I remember that day he was going through and the man wouldn't allow you to come out and say, you can't leave your shoes inside the machine. And you said, keep it till I return.
No, I tell you, every time I go through that,
and the guy stopped the machine and went inside there looking, and he wouldn't believe me. That's what I'm telling him, that you don't have none in there.
Yeah.
He was amazed. Every time I see him, he asks me for you, you know. I tell him, you're still returning, you know, so keep it till you come.
All right, sir. We used to book up very often in the airport and why not see you again?
Well, you know, so next year, that thing in England coming back again for the 55th anniversary, so you have a standby for that, like what we did 212.
You mean 02 there?
Yeah.
What happened next year? Tell me.
With the same thing like what we did 212 to celebrate the 50th.
But you never put me upon that, man.
Oh, you mean they ended up on the last one?
Then that means that you put me upon the last one, I'm going to put on the second one.
Yeah, man, because we can't leave out poetry section. It's very important.
Me say you go out of Thailand and I can't go to Thailand.
Yes, Thailand is the next one. You have to come.
No, you know. When you're on radio, you chat them thing there, you know.
No, you have to. The next trip to Thailand, you definitely have to. I was there the other day, and oh my God, it was.
Hey, the people them here, you have to this thing on the radio, you know. I will come back and say, hey, you see that brother when name Copeland. I chat him, chat up his mouth on the radio, you know.
Didn't I take you to Cuba?
No, man, I know you can't go to Cuba, man. You was at the thing with Cuba.
This who was in charge?
It's not you can't go to Cuba, man.
China brought you to me and said, have a nice tune.
No, hold on, man.
And when I hear it, I said, yes, you remember?
Hear what I say now. We went to Cuba, and it's not you carry me to Cuba. No,
the plane carrier.
No, that me going to say. Hear what I say now. And many times you're supposed to go to certain places, you know. All your book, wait till me say, you go tour with the book and all them. What am to your book?
I'll tell you honestly.
Yeah.
You know, I was doing some editing on it, but...
Well, you edit out the whole of the page, them?
No. You know, certain things, because of certain things, you know, you just make it wait for version 2 and 3. But next year, definitely, you know, and I'm going to do a tour behind it.
All right, so me and you were supposed to do that tour, and it never worked out.
No, well,
then
I went
you
to
come
Australia
from,
and did some promotion.
You tell me you don't go to Australia to, you know, you take come and walk. You take come and walk when you go to Australia. I think we don't know say take come and walk, but me not so
I've been doing some 60-minute and 90-minute PowerPoint presentations down on
my work you take away. You take come and walk, but me not so far. Me still a travel, but just me not book up to another airport again, but that's how it go.
Yeah, I use a faster plane now these days, you know.
I tell you.
You know.
Anyway.
Yeah, so next week we'll let the world know that next week is Peter Tosh week.
Yeah.
So come out to Paul Center.
No, man, the place I go cock, man. Don't worry yourself, man. The place I go cock.
All right.
The place I go cock. Give thanks here, Cooperative.
Yeah, man. Respect. All right.
Man. All right. As we talk about Peter Tosh and birthday, you know, so today is xylophone birthday. And the weirdest thing, you know, is 9 nights now since our father died. So she not only has celebrated her birthday today, she's 11 years old today, but she also taking part in our father 9 nights on her birthday. You can't believe that? You Tracy, the little girl, 9 years old, has celebrated her father 9 nights on her birthday, you know, today our birthday. Oh gosh, man, it's sad, yes. Sad. Anyway, we want to heal up our mother and our heal up our mother and our This is what I'm going to say. We want to heal up our mother and our sister, our brother, our uncle. And we want to heal her up on her birthday. Xylophone. Button Edge, yes.
Greetings, Rasta.
Blessed man.
Blessed love, you know? We just want to say love goes out to xylophone, you know?
Yeah, man, give thanks, man.
And a family, yeah. Yeah, my father has 6 kids and I have a little boy, about 11 years old, come this April, next April coming, you know? So.
Shall 11 today, too? Shall 11?
Yeah, and I'm on she birthday, Earth Day with Peter Tosh, yeah.
Oh, next week 19th?
Yes, man.
All right.
This little call they're coming out of Canada. This day I see it, you know, just listen there still, you know.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
More time still and just...
Yeah.
Yeah, all the vibes, you know. Give thanks for the vibes that I bring, as His Majesty say. And awareness of I pass is essential to the establishment of I personality and identity, you know. And so, yeah, man, salute the eye for the work that I do still. Yeah. I would love to ask the other Christians still, see, man, you know.
Yeah.
You know, in the around 1984, 83, somewhere around there, so some artists in Jamaica, they said they might come together and do a tune called Jamaica. It's a project. I think it's called Jamaica for Africa. You're familiar with that, my brethren? I don't know if you was on that project.
No, I name Jamaica for Africa, but we know where you're talking about. It's when the famine did not go on in Ethiopia.
Yeah, man, when them come out with that tune, We Are the World and all that.
Yeah.
That tune, they come out
coming
like,
you know? Barry G, Junior Reid, there's something about that.
Yeah, man, because since 1984, I hear that tune, Virgin. And
we play it, man.
It's a beautiful tune. And the next tune there for the eye, I would love the eye play that tune there.
Which one?
Same way if the eye have it there, so same way, you know. A tune called one day where the eye have say, I come to remind you.
Have to remind you.
Yeah,
remembrance name, remembrance.
Yes.
And let me try find
I meet and greet the eye before, you know. Yeah, right, just so in Canada, man.
Okay.
I approached the eye and I man forward to the eye with a CD. I was so excited. Because I said, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
me did play it?
To the teacher. Eh?
Me did play it?
You never take it from me.
Why we never take it from you? Tell me why we never take it from you.
Hey.
Tell me.
Yeah.
Are you did the CD?
Huh?
You did the CD?
If you see, yeah, man, me approach the eye, me say, yeah, me heart go so boop.
No, tell me why me never take it from you.
Can't believe me see this man in a living color Rasta. And yet, me say, in Canada, so, what a feeling.
No, tell me why me never take the CD from you.
You know, I tell me, say, the eye bag full up, Rasta.
Oh, the bag is full up. Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah, I tell me, say, the eye bag full up, man.
Well, may I tell you? All right, sir.
Yeah, me just say, all right, then,
That's
you know.
And,
yeah, so they are the festival and they are perform. They are do a little thing they call something about ice cream. I tell them, say, you.
Junk food.
Yeah. And if I can recall, you tell the man and say, look on your man next to you and tell her, say, you messed up.
Nobody. You know what I say.
You say, you messed up.
Yeah,
But
I don't mess up me say, but me know.
Yeah, man, me know. Say, anyway, brethren, much love and respect for the work we do. And I say, love goes out to xylophone and our family.
All right, give thanks. Listen, is the cutting edge and I refer there with your man, may I tell you? Yes.
El Muta.
Yes, cutting edge. Yes, Mandingo.
Yes, man. CM sheet. The wicked, evil, lying, hypocrisy of some of these Christians in Jamaica.
Oh, you don't listen to me at all?
Something else. Of course, man. Man, I was applauding what you was saying. All right. Let me repeat. The wicked, evil, lying, hypocrisy of some of these Christians in Jamaica is almost unbelievable. Rejoicing about the deaths of Africans in Haiti and with their lies about it's because of voodoo. Now, first of all, we make no apology as conscious Africans of voodoo because voodoo is an African religion, spirituality. And the name of the creator in the voodoo religion is Mawulisa, Mawlisa, literally meaning mother, father. That show that you can't have the creator as a he. The creator has to be a combination of the male and female. Yeah. And these evil people saying that they're dealing with righteousness
and love,
rejoicing about the deaths and murders of men and women in Haiti and children, saying that is because of voodoo, when the real reason is because it is the voodoo religion that inspired the Africans of Haiti, led by the African high priest from Jamaica, Bookman, to rise up against the racist wickedness of these French people, Christians who murder, rape, and torture our people. And you don't hear them talking about why they don't rejoice about when people in Jamaica are murdered, like in my birthplace of Spanish Town, San Diego de la Vega, at 7 March Pen Road, on Sunday night. When 7 people shot, 3 children, 2 adults.
Dead, yes.
They would be rejoicing and saying it is because of wickedness.
Because them is well, them will say that, you know, them will say it. Them will say it.
Yeah.
You have some little, I don't know want to say idiot rasta. You have some little idiot rasta about the place, you know, when something terrible happened to people, them say, see, they are wicked, why I'm dead, you know, wicked.
Yes, and they don't know nothing about the people.
A madness.
Them are some little them are some idiot dreadlocks, no rasta.
Yeah, man, I tell you, man, a terrible thing, man.
It's true about his judgment, and they know nothing about the people. You know, these are miseducated, totally mentally enslaved people.
Yeah.
The voodoo, when Bookman presided in the woods in Haiti that night to launch that revolution, he prayed to say, dash away the images of the European god and their gods, you know, them blue-eyed thing, and embrace the creator, African creator. This is what inspired our people to win. And since then, Europeans have never forgiven the Africans of Haiti for freeing themselves and setting that example. This is why, the reason why so many deaths occur in Haiti, you know, is precisely because the Europeans have continued to oppress, invade and exploit Haiti, that the infrastructure is not as strong as it should be. That is what is causing it.
Yeah. And the other day when the earthquake, your Clinton Foundation, your Red Cross, your so many people go down there, and none of them come out now. When them have to show with what them do down there, all the billions of dollars. What would the year go down?
But listen, the American Red Cross got almost $500,000 US, and all the bill out of it is 6 houses.
Oh, yeah, you say 6.
6. Because what to do is a scam, you know. The Clinton Foundation with thief in racist Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton and these European so-called charities is where you call disaster capitalism, you know. They exploit people's sufferation to say they're collecting money, and the vast majority of money they keep for themselves. They are the original scammers, you know. Them talking about people in Jamaica scammers.
Them call it administration.
These wicked European Christians and atheists are the scammers.
Them call it administration fees, like all the Red Cross now, them say administration fees, so them have to take jet for go down there.
Yes.
And them have to take jet for
go back. And them live in gated places in Haiti and things.
Yeah, them say administration fee. The administration fee come up to more than the cost of building couple houses to the people them.
Precisely. It's a big rip-off.
Yeah,
and most of the money don't leave the States or leave Britain or leave France. It's a big rip-off thing. And this is why we who want to help our people, we have to contact and deal with our African people in Haiti directly. Don't deal through these European institutions. They are thieves. Remember what Marcus Garvey said about them in his poem, you know, the tragedy of white injustice, you know, that anytime you feel like you're forgetting how wicked these evil racists are, just read his poem, The Tragedy of White Injustice. And we have these mentally enslaved ones talking about it's because of voodoo. It's because of voodoo that the people were free themselves from slavery, from torture, rape, where they were raping our little boys and girls, not just men and women, and all kind of things, you know, and torturing them.
Terrible, man.
You know,
wicked.
And I hear you talking to a Jamu who he says he's an anarchist, you know, about the Walter Rodney thing. Of course, at that time, you and I were at Kingston Technical. When on the 15th of October, Yulas Oshera, the Prime Minister, JLP regime at the time, declared Walter Rodney persona non grata. Because he had gone to Montreal, some black writers conference, you know, and thing. And so the revolt, not riots, the revolt started the following day on the 16th after he was declared persona non grata. And of course, I and Stokey Smith from Franklin Town and others, we were part of that demonstration and revolt against this unjust banning. But I noticed Ajamu was saying something about Rodney being an anarchist.
No, I'm never said that. No, I'm never said that, man.
Oh, he never said that?
No,
okay,
then.
Him say,
asked him what type of government you would say will propose if you're not, what you label it as, the one where he might talk about in terms of
anarchist.
Getting the people, him say anarchist. But him never say, you know, Walter Rodney was a socialist, communist. Man,
okay, well, I stand corrected on that then, because I know in groundings with our brothers,
man.
Rodney said Marxist thing. But what I notice is that the Trotskyites is one of those on the panel, like the Aguilar, you know. Well, I know he was involved sometime with what happened in, you know, the Tivoli gas, the massacre and that type of thing. But one of the differences that I have with him, in addition to his ideology of, you know, being a Trotskyite communist, is his constant promotion, wanting homosexuality to be legalized in Jamaica. You know what I mean? He also do that on his radio show here on the radio station by on campus there. And like you know, I don't like that word about University of the so-called, and not even calling the name. that damn racist word. About him, no. I just say the University by Mona, you know. That's how I call it, you know. The University by Mona and by Mona. And I noticed that Rupert Lewis, who was formerly like Trevor Monroe and Barry Evans, Marxist-Leninist. Well, these days, he disavow it publicly, but, you know, that he's also on the panel.
Russian style, them was Russian.
Yes, they were backed by the Russians, yes, but you notice is when the Russian thing with Gorbachev collapsed, that they was getting no more support, materially and otherwise, that they dissolved themselves.
But not only that, I remember times when we used to go to Wildman Street and them place there. The man them used to say, we are escapists. Marcus Garvey is an escapist. And them usually look at Marcus Garvey like, no, sir, them man are not going to work. Because them usually deal with classism. Marcus Garvey deal with race. And them say, and eventually, me hear Trevor Monroe say, make a speech say, one of the problems with where them did that deal with at the time was that them never did look at the race issue in Jamaica. Because most of them, true, them was communists. Them usually talk about class issues in Jamaica, like racism never exists in a Jamaica. So
and as a result, they used to attack Marcus Garvey ideology and practices. It's totally true. This is what Marcus Garvey Jr. and I and you and others had with them fundamentally. But because they were into this. And yet Jamaica, like the rest of the Caribbean, as you know, and anywhere we are in the African world, have been afflicted by the racism of Europeans more than any other set of people. And yet they deny themselves this reality because of being mentally enslaved to European ideology of the left.
But you never hear me that talk about grandmothers. Grandmothers used to tell you about picky head. Grandmothers used to say, nobody bring no man in here with black and ugly like your papa, you know.
Yes. Yeah. And you're black like tar. Black like sin. And you're black like sin.
Yeah, and then them say,
you know, and look how your nose,
flat.
You know, have good nose because your nose not straight. It's all of these self-hating things. White people bleaching them skin.
Every grandmother have a picture of Jesus in them house. Everybody, every grandmother. Every time you go to them yard, you see a picture. And you have to grow up big.
Blonde, blue-eyed devil boy.
You have to grow up big. Forget that out of here, you know.
Yes.
So much things with them to tell you, you know. It's when you almost live technical. Because when we just go technical, me did still under certain thinking. And when me I live technical, you know, me start to read aware of certain things, you know.
Because Muta, as you and I know as Africans growing up in Jamaica, like the other Africans in Jamaica, these things were instilled and ingrained in us to be ashamed of our Africanness and anything to do with our African identity.
Yeah.
So we really had to, what we really do, you know, we individually had to redeem and cleanse our minds, you know, of the racist filth of self-hatred.
Yeah.
And when you look at our grandparents and our parents and so on, they also were subjected to this indoctrination, you know.
Yeah, that may
as generations before them, because as you know, the greatest wickedness that the European races have done to African people is to teach African people to hate themselves.
Yeah.
And we're still struggling with this today. And this is why Sunday coming and talking up by Tottenham there, by the Mart Center at 366 High Road between 2 and 6. And my topic is the role of education in African history. Because which is what you are doing every show that you do on Stepping Razor and also on Cutting Edge, is educating our people, the mental liberation of our people, because once our people's minds are chained, the racist down pressers will always have our people in bondage.
Always, Bridget.
Always. And this is why, you know, you have the detractors who are mentally enslaved. We say, every week Muta come on with this thing about thing. You have to do it every week because the enemies are there with their racist propaganda. Every day, every night, every hour, every minute, every second.
Every Sunday them go to church, go get instilled in the madness, you know.
To get the slave miseducation re-indoctrinated in them. So we have to work non-stop to cleanse their minds.
We don't stop, man.
And we have an half year of Babandi. I spoke to him and Sharon Tucker Tuesday. And yes, man, and him say him listen to you and I. Him listen to you when I phone in and every week, man, and him love the work that we're doing. You
Everybody here, you know. People are asking me, You know, so somebody ask me if I ask you something. Oh gosh, man. Somebody tell me must ask you something.
Anytime you remember, you know, because you know with that, so no problem.
Me always I forget.
Yeah, but no problem. Anytime you remember.
No, as I speak to you, I know it's look feet. As I speak to you, it's look feet. But no, man, I tell you, people, I must tell you that people look forward to hear, you know, trust me.
Yeah, man, Muta. People, Muta and I, we are from Kingston Technical High School days, 82 and over street from in the 1960s, where we have people like Marcus Garvey Jr., the physics teacher, Laxley Comrie, you know, as our political mentors and role models and so. And we are not stopping.
Yeah, Ben Brody, remember Ben Brody, Lax Jingles, all them man from them time there.
Yeah, well, we know, with all Ben Brody, no one all Mako, I'm brethren still, but you know, they was in the Marxist Leninist.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
Them still did play a part still. Them still play a part.
Yes, we know, but we have differences with them based on, because them didn't have the Marxist Leninist thing. I mean, attacking specifically Ben Brody, and Mako. I mean,
you remember Julian Jingles?
Kind of different way still, you know what I mean?
Him the main man with the reggae. Sorry, the Ska and Rocksteady Festival we keep end on November. You hear about it?
Yes, man, we hear about it. That are jingles and thing. And that is, and I applaud jingles for them kind of works there, because we need, it's only we can do our own thing.
Yeah.
There is no substitute. It's only we can do our own thing, my brother. You know what I mean? We have to keep on doing what we're doing every day and every night, because the propaganda of the enemy is constant, because they realize that anyhow they don't keep up the propaganda, they can't have no hold, you know. Yeah. And this is why we have to counter their propaganda by the constant reinforcement of the education of our African people. Because this is a battle for the minds of our people. Because once a certain amount of our people's minds are liberated, there is no holding back of the African race. Yeah. And we will triumph. We will attain victory. I have no doubt about that, my brother.
Good must overcome evil, man.
Every time.
All right, so me I tell you something now, say, we are up here, you know the Caribou Center?
Yes.
Gresham Road?
Yes, that's near the Brixton Babylon Station, Caribou Center.
And that's so we are there now. We are there.
Yes.
I can tell you which part when we are there. Friday the 4th of November. Yeah.
The following day, the 5th of November, is my mother's birthday, you know.
Yeah. So we are there the 4th of November. And we are there Manchester. And we are there Birmingham. We are there Birmingham the 6th. And November. We are there.
Yes.
The itinerary. So yeah, I see these flyers there. The flyers there for London. The same. What is that the place name?
Caribou. K-A-R-I-B-U.
Yeah, Caribou Center.
It used to be known originally as the Abeng Center.
Yes, and that's how we got there.
Yes. That is at 7 Gresham Road.
Yeah,
almost opposite the Brixton Tube Station. And there's a mass nearby to it, about 2 doors away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so... Yeah, we are there in England.
And in Manchester, we have a lot of family on the father's side. That will be, that is a good place, because I remember it was in Manchester in 1945 that my mother's cousin Amy Ashwood Garvey, the first wife, and others, and Kwame Nkrumah and so on, you know, the 5th Pan-African conference, you know.
They have it down there, and that may go, you know. 50 years now, I think 50 years of that, so... I think we are going them supposed to get an award down there.
Because I think it was in 1945. You know, Amy Ashwood Garvey, my cousin, and people like Kwame Nkrumah, Jomo Kenyatta,
and the same thing we are going on
and others, you know, were there. And you know who was there too? He's in Jamaica, used to do programs on RJR, Peter Abrams.
Yes. Him a South African, don't he was a South African? He was a South African.
Yes. And he left South Africa because I think he got married to a European, and in South Africa at that time. So that's why he came to Jamaica and he used to do that news commentary, as we know, in the 60s and RGR. But he was also there too,
Yeah, well, we don't tell you some of the places where we're going to be. The Manchester thing is some award where the same group we are talking about, the PAC. That
was the fifth Pan-African Congress. Was in 1945, so it's 50 years of that.
Well, that them are celebrate and them involve me in it, and I really appreciate that. And then now the six we got there, Birmingham, yes. Or as people say, Birmingham strong. And I want to heal up the twins them in Birmingham strong, and brother Benny Brown of the PACM in Birmingham strong, and others who, keep the torch of Pan-Africanism, keep going, I work with them all the while, and they invite me to do lectures in Birmingham at their African functions. Well, I hope I will see one of them. I hope I will see one of them. If it's even one of London, I hope I will see you.
Well, you have my connection, so...
Oh, you mean, they don't just tell you which farm you're going to... Wait, the whole... Bad thing, they don't just tell you which farm you're going to have.
No, I know that. I know that. See?
So, why you think me don't tell you what I tell you a while ago?
Yes, me hear that. So,
they know you have to be
we know where you will be because you're talking about 3 different areas.
Yeah, so I have to have your connection, but I just come down there because I'm there.
All right. Everything is everything. See?
All right, sir. Give thanks. Yeah.
All right. Bless.
Yeah, man. All right. Cutting edge, yeah.
Muta, how going?
Blessed man, cutting edge.
Is everything good?
Yeah, man.
Anyway, first and foremost, man, big up the whole area 3 police.
Okay.
Which part of area 3?
Where area 3 police there? Which part of area?
We are talking about Clarendon.
Oh, Clarendon, okay.
Manchester and St. Elizabeth.
Area 3 that?
Yeah, man.
How them come to that now? How them come to say area 3 and deal with 3 different parishes? Or explain it to me. Because I always hear that something and I can't figure it out.
Alright, this is what them do. Them actually divide the country in different. For example, you would have St. Catherine North, St. Catherine South. They actually do it so that they can police the whole thing better. So them divide the thing and put an ACP over the whole thing for control. 3 superintendents are senior super to control the whole. These 3 parishes.
Oh, so you have area 1 and area 2 too?
Yeah, man.
So which part of area 1?
Area 1 would actually be like places like St. James, Trelawney, and Hanover.
Okay. And area 2?
Yeah, man.
Area 2 which part?
Area 2 would have be places like St. Mary and Portland.
Okay. And area 3, the way you just mentioned?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Well, I'm big up Mandela police station the same way,
Alright. So you're not on duty,
Yeah, man.
You're a thief a call.
Yeah, man, I look at that. But as I say, a regular ministry program.
Okay. Alright. Give thanks. Give thanks, Virgin.
Yeah, man. As Maria said about Muta, so we have a video for each other.
A video?
Yeah, man. It has to do with the history of our people in general. You understand? Because based on research done and so on, I realized I was reading some information from the Zandovan Bible Dictionary, and I realized that the so-called Negroes and Hispanic, speaking of the people that were brought here on slave ship, particularly in America, Europe, and the Caribbean, they taught us that because what Mandingo was saying a while ago, he has established a lot of truth in regards to the Christian God, because these people don't understand that worshiping, even though you might not directly worshiping something, you can indirectly worshiping a different thing. You understand? And I know that image that they put across is not Christ. You understand? That is the son of Sergio Borgia,
son of
Alexander, son of Pope Alexander VI.
Okay.
Sergio Borgia, and that's why they had to take the Apocrypha out of the Bible. Wisdom of Solomon, which prophesy about them, the white nation, putting up this image. That's why they had to remove the book officially in 1928 from the Bible. The Apocrypha speak making reference to the Maccabees. Yeah.
The 13 different, I think a 13 book them move, and that them not 13. But you have more still, you know.
Yeah, man.
Only them 13 there, you know, but you have more where them move to.
Yeah, so people need to read like the book of Joshua, the book of Enoch, and a lot of these scriptures. You understand? Yeah. Powerful scriptures, and they break down things like the rapture doctrine. All of them things that as some serious deception.
Yeah,
the rapture and all these things. So as what me I say, they taught us that we were Africans. We were in the land of Africa, and it was African selling African, making the people of the land seem as if we were barbaric and this and that. But I am going to tell you this. Based on research done, and I'm still doing my research, and based on some scholastic document like the Zandovan Bible Dictionary, which clearly say that. And as I say no Muta, I'm going to make that video to reach you.
Yeah. No, come on, trap, man. I want to hear what you say about.
Yeah, man.
It
states clearly that who would have been the youngest son of Noah, according to Bible, is the father of all dark races except the Negroes. And after doing further studies, I realized that majority of the people that were brought here on slave ship and are being enslaved today, because most of these people don't realize that they're enslaved, you know? And if you don't believe that you're a slave, stop paying the bill.
I just quote a while ago, Harriet Tubman will say, she freed a lot of slaves, but she could have freed more if only they know they were slaves.
Yeah.
But when I ask you, say no, if is the father of colored people and not Negro, who is the father of the Negro people then?
All right, they're saying that these are the same people who ran out of Jerusalem. And they have the who call themselves Jews in the land now.
No, wait, hold on. You just mentioned a while ago.
Yeah.
And you say is the father of who?
Of the dark races.
But not the Negro. So who is the father of the Negro?
The father of the Negroes would have actually been Jacob.
So
reason being, he would have responsible for the 12th tribe of Israel.
Yeah,
and he would have responsible for Judah, Levi, and Benjamin.
So you never have no Negro until Israel come?
No, I'm not going to say that. Remember, look here, we personally know that black people, dark-skinned people, you understand, ancient people were dark-skinned.
No, wait.
And matter of fact, I just want to get this straight out there. There are no such thing as white people. Just get a piece of paper and get a white shirt.
Wait, man. We are going all over the place, man. I want to concentrate on what you just said a while ago.
Yeah.
According to what you say, them say, who was Am?
Well,
you say Am was the youngest son.
The reason why I always say, according to this, according to that. Because that's all the information I have.
Yeah, so
according to the Bible,
is the youngest son of Noah. And then now you say now, is the father of all the colored people them.
Yeah, except the Negroes.
That not in the Bible though, you know. But we could say you have to say that now. All right, so now, the Negro them now start in Israel.
Yeah.
All right, so we could trace it now. Between Abraham, between Shem and Japheth. You know what generation come after that for reach Israel? To make Negro come according to what you are saying? So where you say now, from the time I'm dead, the three son them come out of the thing and breed and picnic come. You never have no black people until...
Who are never black people, man?
So who was it? So where you say them never have no Negro until Israel? Where you say that?
No,
You differentiate Negro from black people.
We're black. If you notice, if you look at some of the Ethiopians, or if you look at some of the Africans, you realize that there's a slight difference. When you look at the Negro, the true Negro, like myself and yourself, I realize that we have broader lips, we have broader nose, and we have a longer head.
So them people they never come until Jacob. The people them
no man, it was way before, man.
But you just said the Negro them come when Israel. You said the Negro them come when Israel started. Wait a minute. The whole away, I come from the same man, The whole away I come from the same people, However, we are just like you have sisters and brothers, Yeah.
As I say, everything I want to say pertaining the whole thing.
Yeah, but why you differentiate?
Basically add up.
Yeah, but why you differentiate between Picnic them, who was all color people them, and then now tell me say no Israel's son them was Negro. Why are different? If the whole of them the Negro in the first instance, why would you want to separate now and say Israel's son them the Negro, but son them was colored, all of the color people them was but all of the Negro them start when Israel start. Why you don't want that and then now say all people was Negro?
All right, this is what I want to say. Not because a man black means to say that he actually have Negro here, mean woolly here.
No, we are there. We are talking about Negro now as a people.
Yeah, man, and we normally know Negro people to have just like when you grow your
all right,
so literally say yes.
So the people them who start at Israel now, who you call Negro, what kind of ear them did have?
Negro just like me and you.
So the people them before Israel now who was Negro, what kind of ear them did have?
As I may say, coming the sons of Isaac, Jacob, and the 12 tribe of Israel.
Yeah, them those
majority
Negro.
Of Jacob's sons are Negro.
No,
a
12 son
Negro.
A 12 son.
And wait a minute, Mandingo says something, I really want to put a look of people in regards to the Asians.
Which Asian?
Haiti.
All right, why am to the 80 people then? Wow.
I am in agreement with a lot of things you said.
Yeah, but me agree to that things, but we
based on the whole oppression thing and based on what Haiti did,
Why you come off of the Bridging? Why you come off of the subject?
The Maroons did,
Yeah, but we not clarify what we that talk about a while ago. You gone at 80.
But me just no understand the slip me same way.
Yeah, all right. Well, it not slip you. But we want to clarify what you say. Right? We'll follow what you say. You say, was the youngest son of Noah, and is the father of all of the colored people them. But you never have no Negro until Israel come, which Israel have 12 sons, and you say all of them sons they know is Negro. When I asked, you said Negro is different people. You have like people with straight ear, and you have people. So me I say now, Israel's son them was what? Israel's son them did have flat nose like me and you, and kinky ear like me and you. How it go? Or is them did have the straight ear? Which one of them have the ear them like me and you? Son them, the son them before, or everybody, or is just Israel's son them?
Not everybody. Not Israel's son them, particularly the tribe of Judah.
All right, wait. So Israel's son them did have kinky ear like me and you?
Yeah, man.
All right. So the other people them now, who you say was Negro then? Them was like what? Them was what? Them was Negro, them was what?
They were dark skin, but their ear were more of so straight.
Yeah, so
like the native Africans.
Oh, you mean the native Africans?
Yeah, because this is what I'm telling you. That the so-called slaves are not Africans.
The African, where is it? The people that would them bought from Africans, the people that would them bought and turned to slaves was not Africans?
They were not Africans.
Them was what?
Africa is a continent. In a continent, they have about 47.
No, wait, no, what them was. Wait, no, what them was. What them was.
We're the same children of Israel, the children of Jacob that were brought into captivity. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 had to be fulfilled.
Brethren, wait no man, you see, you get off tangent now, You want me to ask you? If the people them who come here wasn't Africans,
It wasn't African. There were people that were doing
right,
it in Africa because they ran out of Jerusalem.
Wait no man, if the people them come here who wasn't African, that means you are what?
We're the children of Israel according.
So you are not African then?
No, we are not African.
No,
we're doing it in African.
No, say we
African, knowing that we're not there, but we're a different customers.
No, listen to me. No, say
we. Muta, we basically speaking Hebrew, you know. Come here.
No, we're not. I'm foolish to say that now. No, hear what I say now. Me I did start out good, you know, but me I not end up good. Hear what I say to you now.
Mm-hmm.
You are not African. Don't say we are not African. Say you are not African. You is not an African, right?
I am not an African.
All right. Well, you see me, you know, me's an African. You understand?
Yeah.
All right. So now, if Africa is a continent,
yeah,
with 50 different countries in it, and you say the people them who come here wasn't African, them was Hebrew. What race the people them who is Hebrew? What race them is?
The people
them who come here, the people them who come here as Hebrew, according to you, who they what race them belong to?
Where the people that came here.
Yeah, who you say is Hebrew? You say it's not African. Come here, it's Hebrews.
Yeah.
I ask you, what race the people them who you claim come here when they are Hebrew? What race them belong to?
We are all dark-skinned people.
No, me not asking. Me not asking.
If I notice, you know.
We are talking about dark-skinned people. Listen, me not talking. I don't know no disciples.
Call them Niger.
No, brethren.
Yeah.
I know that. Me ask you, answer me when me ask you, man. Don't tell me gone off on a tangent. Me say, if the people them will come from Africa, come here, so wasn't that African? Them is Hebrew. Me ask you a question. What race the Hebrews come from?
We come from the regular dark race. We're a dark race.
What is a dark race? Every race connected to a land. You can't have a race connected to color.
Israel, I guess I already tell that. We're dwelling in Jerusalem.
So Israel is a race. So Israel is a race.
Yeah.
Which part of the Bible tell you say Israel is a race? Because Israel is a nation. Israel is not a race, it's a nation. So,
yeah, it's actually a nation,
so
but this is what I'm saying.
No, you're not asking. No, wait there. If Israel is a nation, may I ask you again, what race bring this nation?
The dark-skinned race.
There's no such thing as a dark-skinned race. There's no such thing as a dark-skinned race, brethren. You don't have a dark-skinned race.
Well,
it's madness. You do have a dark-skinned race.
You still have different families, you know.
I never said you have a different family. Really, I don't say you have different family, you know. I said there's no thing named dark-skinned race. If you say the Israelites was the Negro, what race those Negro belong to? What race the Negro them where you were talking about belong to?
Well, black people.
Black people are race.
So wait,
what race the father of the colored people, then what race sons them belong to? What race them belong to?
All right, let me explain the thing.
Yeah.
The scripture say.
No, wait, no man. It's not scripture. You tell me about a while ago. You tell me about a derivative of the Bible.
Yeah, but watch the
Bible tell you about race.
With the question, how you ask the most.
Yeah, can't answer in the Bible.
Based on how you ask the question.
Yeah.
It kind of sticky. Me
it's sticky?
Out the whole thing.
Oh, you think about it?
Yeah. It kind of
sticky. It's sticky.
Based on how you ask it.
All right, explain yourself.
Me know say you're a great scholar.
No, nobody come up with them things, man. I'm foolish to say I talk about scholar. Me just attack. Me just want you carry yourself through it, just like how me I carry you through it. So me I carry you through something, you know. Because you tell me now, say, you have some people named colored people where I'm bring, and then you tell me, say, Negro people start with a man who come way down the line, which is Negro people. You tell me, say, no, African never come on here, so. It's Hebrew them bring on here, so.
No, because this is why I'm actually saying that. They taught us in school, the whole Babylonian thing. They taught us that it was African selling African.
No, but
I am telling you that we were people that ran into the land of Africa. So the regular
where we come from?
Didn't have no problem selling us.
So where we come
to
from?
The Grecians, which are the whites.
No, so where we come from? If we did run into Africa, where we come from?
When the Messiah said,
which Messiah?
Come past in Jerusalem, run.
Which Messiah?
Head the mountains, head free Africa.
No, may I ask you a question? So which part them come from? Which part them run from? Go up Africa. Where them run from?
Run from Jerusalem.
Which part Jerusalem there? Where Jerusalem there?
Was destroyed.
Where Jerusalem there?
Jerusalem is in Israel.
Brethren, Israel is not a race. Israel is the name of an individual person.
Yeah, I know that.
So may I ask, which part the people there?
All right, Muta.
Yeah.
Did you watch Ian Boy yesterday?
I never watched no Ian Boy. No Ian Boy come up like.
Hebrew Israelites, we really want to meet you. Them a big up all last night.
Brethren, them not go down and
they want to meet you,
No, them not go to them place already, brethren. Me go to Israel already, Me and Tony we go sit down with them.
Me mean something, some permanent black Hebrew Israelite.
But you never hear me say to you. Me say me go to them place in Israel. They invite me down there already. But not that me ask you, but you got from here to there to there to there.
No man, but we still have to make you know I want.
No. I don't. You see, you have to make me know, so you're confused. That is why you make me know.
No man, nothing to do with confused, man.
But you tell me say no African never come here.
Wait, they're not Muta.
What you mean no African never come
the whole thing,
After we they are teaching people say them are African now, who not come with something else, but say we are not African.
No, based off a research done, because if you don't know where you come from, you can't know where you go.
So
and they teach us, of course, that it was African selling Africans, that's as if we were
No, I'm not talking about the selling. No, I'm not talking about the selling of Africans to Africa. I'm not talking about that. I say, you say, based upon our research, you are not African.
Well,
that's what you're saying.
According to that.
Yeah, so which part of the children of Israel come from?
We actually come from Israel, the land of Israel.
So may I ask you, where Israel there? Where the land of Israel there?
It's there in Africa.
So where you call the people them who come from the land there?
All right, Muta.
Not African.
I saw we go up on the same page now.
Ethiopia.
Because what you know, as we have said, the land of Africa, which is a continent, consists of over 47 countries.
50 are different countries.
I saw we have to pick the country now, because we must pick one. We have over children dialect. We must pick one.
No, but and you pick which one? You pick the one when you pick Israel.
Israel.
So what that means, because you pick Israel, you're not an African. So two you say you're a Ghanaian.
You're
So may I ask you say you're Ghanaian, you're not African. Two you say you're Ethiopian, you're not African. Two you say you're Nigerian, you're not African.
Everything away as they connect, and that's why I'm happy. So as some are going to pick the land now.
So
because they're telling us that we're African, but it's like they're not attaching us to no particular country. We're the children of Israel.
We who?
The so-called people that were brought here on slaves and ships.
We are African.
And are suffering the curses who are still slaves.
Which curse? Wait, which curse you talk about?
Curses according to Deuteronomy chapter 28.
So we say black people. Hold on. So you say black people curse?
No. There are some curses that the nations among you shall get high, and you will only get low.
No.
You will forever be the tail and never be the head. You shall go back into Egypt, into slavery again, and ship.
Talk from yourself, no man. Talk and stop quote book, man. A foolish book. When I ask you a question.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy tell you say who curse, who get curse.
No, it's like if we not keep the commandments of the Most High, these are going to bring forth some blessings. If we keep them, but if we do not keep them, He will bring forth some curses, which shall forever be in captivity.
So what is the curses? So who never accept Him now and then get cursed? Who?
All right, we were mixing ourselves with the other nations.
Who get cursed?
The children of Israel got
so
cursed.
You curse then? You curse because it's Israel?
No. He said that these curses shall be upon you and the generation as a sign.
Yeah, so you get cursed
forever.
then. So who put the curse upon?
and the children of Israel.
And you is what? You're not a child of Israel.
Yes, I am a child of Israel.
That means that you get cursed.
All of us are suffering the curse.
No. Wait, no talk for all of it. And you me a talk about. No talk about for all of it. You me a talk. You get no. You is
because what them call the Jamaican and Haitian, and then now tell the people who them be.
Yes, when you talk. Yes, when you talk for them.
Continent of Africa.
Yes, when you talk about them things that you be talk about yourself. Not talk for me. Cause me no get curse. Me no curse. Me no have no curse for me. And my Umar have no curse for me, and my people them have no curse for me. My people them are African before them are Israel.
But look here.
Anyway, we have to move. We have your land. We have your land. Believe you. Look at the advertisement. Them call me back. The advertisement will cut you. You have to call me back. You understand?
All right.
Call me
back.
Yeah.
Play the Muta. What man?
I'm there, man.
Okay. Wow, man, you had some amazing discussion tonight.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm not going to keep up too much of your time. I'm just going to go ahead and just drop some knowledge. But the last thing I'm going to deal with is like about Africa and the black people because, oh boy, Jamaica, Africa, America, wherever black people are, we got to get this thing right. We have to get our head together. Oh, boy. Anyways, let me go ahead and just start with this. All right. So pretty much y'all know I'm Dice from L.A. So, you know me, I study a lot of things and I research a lot. Let me just go ahead and drop some knowledge here. Okay, Muta, I know you got a computer in front of you. So, and Jamaica, write these things down. Don't just listen to me. Write it down so you can look it up for yourself. All right? The Egyptian Ark of the Covenant. Actually, the Egyptian Ark of the Contract. The Israelite people copy that and call it the Ark of the Covenant. What I'm trying to say to y'all people is that they copy everything out of Africa's life. Everything. The Yoruba tribe. In fact, even when God required blood from Abel, that was Yoruba's practice. Wow. Anyways, Genesis chapter 20. Look at Genesis chapter 20 and look at the book of Joshua chapter 28. It's the same characters, same story, just tweak it a little bit. You guys need to get a book of Joshua. You guys have to get a lot of ancient books. I do have a lot of ancient books. Some of the books that I have, I mean, they are very esoteric, meaning private knowledge. It's only a select few alone this knowledge is belong to. Anyways, Daniel chapter 7 verse 25. And it talks about, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. And he said, think to change time. Now, I'm going to tell you about this great clock, this great clock that the sun goes through. It's called it's going backwards now, so it's called a procession. When you go forward, this is the equinox. This is you remember that statue, that Daniel statue, right? The golden head and the silver chest and the waist is bronze and the legs is iron. Well, those are all ages. The sun goes to the golden age. Remember, the Egyptians always talk about the golden age. Then there was the silver age. Then there was the bronze age, and then now the iron age. Now the clock is going back. And this is the reason why your government, because what happened when it goes back to the golden age, we're going to become enlightened. We're waking up. This is the reason why the Bible says, in the last days, knowledge shall increase. Because these assholes, these Roman people, know what's going on because they know the secret knowledge of the universe. This knowledge, be honest with you, y'all not supposed to know. I'm not supposed to know this thing. They tell us if we know these things. But you know what? They're going to try to put chips in your bodies. That's the reason why right now, every one of the banks I bank with right now, they're sending me out all of my cards, my credit cards, my debit cards, they all have chips in there. I refuse it. They says no. They turn up my other cards without the chips. Every one of my cards have to have chips in there in order for me to use it. They're going to put, they already talk about the news over here already about chips already. It's as the size of a rice grain. It's called the RDIF chip. Now, here's the funny thing about that chip. The chip is in there, and all your information is on there. Not only can they turn off your bank account, but also they have cyanide in that chip. The chip is in the middle, then they have a capsule around it with cyanide in there, so they can poison you. because they're losing control, because people like me and Muta and all the other people are waking the hell up. And all y'all going to wake up too. Y'all going to come to realize that this Bible is just pure garbage. And by the way, let me go ahead and say to the gentleman that was there before, boss man, you are confused. You are mixing up so much different stories, bro. And I don't think Ian Boyne and Mr. Chisholm should be the ones you should be listening to, because they are confused as hell. One of the greatest men I used to listen to, Dr. Miles Monroe, he died in 2015 or 14, somewhere around there. He's from the Bahamas. Very brilliant man, but he's a brilliant fool. I'm sorry. He's incorrect. Let me say this to you, Jamaica. Think about this. How in the world God told Cain that you shall be a vagabond, right? Vagabond means a wanderer. Never will have a place to find. You guys need to look up the definition of these words in the Bible. If God tells this man you're going to be a vagabond, you will never have a place to rest. What in the hell are you doing in chapter 2, building a city and naming it Enoch and settling down? This God probably don't understand the word vagabond. You so stupid this book is. Then Cain was scared. Scared of who? Your mom and dad? You're scared that somebody's going to kill you. It's only 3 of y'all on earth. Jamaican, let me tell you something, Jamaican people. Stop listening to your idiot pastors, because they're lost. Remember the Bible talk about, the blind shall be leading the blind? Well, guess what? Those are the blind that are leading you. Because they are blind and they're leading you. Just the same way my mother, idiot pastor. I said this to him. I said, Pastor, you know that the 10 Commandments actually come out of the 47 negative confessions. Actually, it's up to 147, actually. But do you know that, he says to me, you know that anything negative is not good. I was like, Pastor, are you serious? Pastor, if a man just sleep with a woman who had AIDS last night and he go to the doctor the next day and draw his blood, and a few weeks later the doctor say, oh, it's negative, it's not a good thing? I'm like, are you serious here? This is the mindset of Jamaicans. Let me say this to you. Even though we speak with an accent, stop thinking with a damn accent. Open up your mind and start thinking. Start researching these things, what they give you. Listen to this. The Bible says this, right? That and the light come out of darkness and the dark comprehend it not. Well, the word comprehend means understand. You're telling me, darkness has sense and light has sense. You tell me that darkness does not understand light? What kind of sense does that make? Jamaicans, are you serious? Now, let me say something about your Lucifer here. Your Lucifer and Jesus actually is the same person. They're not real, but it's the same person in their book. It says, this is in the book of Isaiah, Isaiah 14:12 through 15. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground which weakens earth? So Lucifer is the son of the morning, right? And Revelation says this. Revelation chapter 22, verse 16 says, I, Jesus, I am the root and the offspring of David, the bright and morning star. Now let me go ahead and tell you who Lucifer is. This being is not real. But these Jews who wrote it, by the way, let me tell you who that person is too while I'm at it. His name is Solomon Ben Isaac. Write it down and look him up. Don't just listen to me. Write it down. Look up this guy's name. His esoteric name means exclusive, only for a certain type of people who they choose. Esoteric is the secret knowledge, which I'm telling you about. It's called the holy science. That's where the whole Bible came out of. The holy science. The stars and the moon and the sun. I told you those 3 stars in the sky, which was there in the ancient days to this very day, those are the 3 wise men, the 3 kings. All right? And the star in the east is a dog star to this very day. They give you this exoteric, EX. The esoteric, ES, is for the private people. Exoteric is for the stupid people. To be honest with you, the Bible was actually written for stupid people. It was there to comfort you in your stupidity and actually to control you. and take money out of you. And to this very day, gatekeepers. Now, they are brothers. Ian Boyne and Reverend Chisholm, they are brothers. I mean, we have to just wait till they wake the hell up and stop deceiving people. So I can't beat off too much, but you have to stop listening to these guys. Religious hard talk is actually garbage talk. Prophecy hard talk is pure garbage. These people are creating their own prophecy. Now, you're Lucifer. Let me go back to Lucifer. Lucifer, the ancient name for Venus, is called Lucifer, the morning star, son of the dawn. Jamaica, y'all got to really wake the hell up.
Yeah,
I know you guys don't have... Go ahead, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I say them have to wake up like we have to really make you go sleep, you know.
Even no, because it's like 11:19 for me right now. I just came in from work.
Oh, so where is no LA there?
LA.
Yeah. 3 hours behind?
Huh?
3 hours behind me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I am tired out. But you know what? Let me just drop this last knowledge and I get out of here.
Yeah.
Now, your Bible will tell you not to look at the zodiac. I'm telling you, people, all of you are born under other stars. I am born in December, so I'm Sagittarius. Well, Sagittarius is between November and December, actually. But I am a Sagittarian, and Jupiter rules over me. I am telling you all this, that these ancient African, or black people, they drop this knowledge. The Greeks learn from us. The Romans learn from the Greeks. And then the British people learn from the Romans. And they give us this garbage. Now, how did the Bible get to Jamaica? The British colony. And they give us this garbage to believe.
Man.
They take you away from your power. They take you away from your knowledge, the truth. I tried to explain before the laws of opposite. We realize that majority of us black people, especially here in America, I don't know about too much in Jamaica, but in America, we black people here, we love the truth. We love to speak it. White people, even though they know it's a lie, they know that these two people in the government today are two liars and thieves, and they still vote for the white person. Because this is the law of opposites. Yeah. And that comes out of the principle of polarity.
All right, we have to move, though. We have to move.
Give me 1 more second, Muta. Let me just finish a little bit about the black people.
The adverse never come by advice when you have to ask. Yeah, blessed.
Yes, blessed. I want to tell you, if I want a phone card, I use this. I've done about 10 times over again. About 1.5 I wait.
Well, the advert, 1.5 you wait?
I asked, what's your name, Janice?
No, I don't say no. I never say about wait 1.5. Marv, let you wait 1.5.
But more send condolences to xylophone.
Yes. Our father.
Yeah, man. It kind of shocked me and my wife, say our father passed just like that, man.
And I was our 9 night. Them have, as we speak, I know them have 9 night.
Until our birthday.
Yes, last night. Yeah, it was our birthday. Child 11 now.
Yeah. But differently still. What may I call about, you see, we begin the program with, we have a friend, man.
What we begin the program with again? Remind me what we talk about now.
With the whole Haitian stuff.
Okay, yeah. I know the Christian them
thing. But me have a friend, man, close friend, and me see him put up a post on social media, so the same thing where I say about all Milan him followers, them go up on the post, go pray to her. So, you see me as a man now, I don't really follow up with certain things, I don't really talk certain things on social media, because religion is just a thing where I don't really have time to explain to people about certain things. But you see that thing that touch me no more, because you see, when we notice how you are ancestors, when we notice on social media, you see Christian them, those are the main people them where lick out, not even to lick out, but I feel somewhere with the storm not eating Jamaica and I go to Haiti. Like it's a good thing that.
It's a good thing that God make it not like Haiti, but it's God make it match up over there, so because the people them is all not Christian, I can't do what them think.
According to what them say. Me see some ignorant people that say, boy, Jamaicans worship Jesus Christ and Haiti worship the devil. And I always say, listen, I always tell people, it says that there's a difference between people who travel outside of them country and people who not even go to airport yet, because their knowledge is so restricted. If you don't travel and know people, you will only be left to the hands of what people tell you.
Yeah.
You understand what I say?
Yeah.
So I tell my brethren, say, listen, man, you try to tell me, say, the jet stream and the temperature and the ocean and the air, all of these elements that contribute to how a hurricane operates. God create them things. So we are trying to tell me, say, none of these things never have to do with hurricane in Jamaica.
That's a prayer, man.
Just a prayer. So I tell him, listen, Almila is a selfish pastor, because if him and him followers them only a prayer, so the hurricane don't let Jamaica. Why never pray so the hurricane just go in at the ocean? Why
but that him did say with Ivan too, you know what I say? And that him did say with Ivan, you know. Ivan never lick Kingston, it go lick St. Elizabeth, but wait, no. Now him a pray again for it go in and it go in. But the Sunday before the hurricane, him did say it not go lick there because of the wickedness. Me hear him sit down and I say, no, that man is not easy. Him did expect it to leak because him say Jamaica reach a point now where the place get too wicked, so them deserve to get a leak. And them never get no leak.
Exactly.
So him, even though I that on the TV, him still account to where you are saying now that him go there with him follow them now for say, make a prayer with the hurricane and the hurricane not come, so they might get credit. He might get credit to him powers now, you know. So you know, say him is more of a demigod now to the people them, because every time him pray, the hurricane left. They warm to the criminal them. Warm to the people them who sit down in the hospital and can't get no help. Because them not have no foot and the baby them are sick. Why them not going to the hospital go pray with the sickness?
Muta.
Look on the people them downtown where lay down on the street.
You see, next time a hurricane come, uno Christian, uno don't go in a supermarket go buy no supply, and uno don't watch no weather, because sit down on the yard and pray and just not do nothing. Don't prepare for it. Because you can simply pray away something where the Creator himself creates. So basically, me, if me is a Christian now, me can go up on the shore and pray with something, and it just pray.
Brethren, hear what me say, man.
No laws of man, no prayer of man can do what God himself create and ordain on this earth.
Brethren, let me tell you something.
And it's mother nature.
Let me tell you something, brethren. We have worse now than hurricane. We have people who are kill people and kill picnic in a Jamaica without a mind, like drunk heart. Where I say, we need some prayers to get out the drunk heart out of whole heap of them youth, let them stop murder, liquor pity them. Warm to them prayer there.
Exactly.
Warm to the people that lay down on the roadside downtown in front of along East Queen Street. Warm to the people that lay down and eat down Peter's Lane and I need the old Bank of Jamaica there. Warm to them people there. Warm to the man them that walk up on 1 foot and can't walk. Pray for the man get back in foot. Warm to the little old lady and where the people them can't walk, where have arthritis and all. All the hospital them so full up and them not have space to put sick people. The children hospital want this, want that, them can't get it. Pray for the children and that them don't go to the hospital and them don't get diabetes, that them go and get the tumor in them head, cancer, if they pray that way.
But you know, Muta, you see if all of somebody in the hospital now have cancer and so forth and the doctor them treat them. They not thank the doctor, you know, them have a thank God say God cure the cancer of the person. And not thanking the physical man, the doctor already. So thank him, so listen, doctor. Thank God say you do what you need to do for cure my pity. Not thanking God alone, not saying it is wrong to thank God, you know. But you cannot just be saying, is God make the cancer go away? When you know, you sit down there and see them man operate on your own picnic or so forth. You have to give credit to the man.
You know, so they have an ad on the TV, you know. Some people are going to come. Them say, them have witnesses where say, you know, I had cancer, you know, and for years I went to the doctor, and the doctor was doing this and doing that. And I went and got some healing. And when I go back to the doctor say, you don't have the cancer again. And say, all right, Moses part the Red Sea. This, you know what the advertisement on the TV?
No, I mean,
Yeah, man.
I overseas me a call from someone.
Sorry. Them say Moses part the Red Sea. This and this and that. You can get the miracles like part in the Red Sea and everything. The miracle there. You can now come to most of the arena. Somewhere them are gonna keep this big crusade, you know, where you can get the same healing. The same healing. What a wicked set of people them. What a wicked man. Hey,
listen, Muta, you know what government, you know. If you government, them man, they can't get visa to come. It's just like, the brother there, where name, forgot his name, the one where in prize the more congregation.
Jim Jones.
Jim Jones.
In Guyana, yeah, Jim Jones.
Same thing, you know. But even if a man a preach bull crap, you know, man, you have people where we just naive because they don't read for themselves, you know. I have a thing in the Bible I always tell people. You see this thing called lean not unto thy own understanding. I think that is such an oppressive statement, you know.
Yeah. Lean pan for them understanding. Lean pan for them understanding, man. Don't lean pan your own.
No. Don't do no research. Just take where the man on the pulpit where he might be wife and he might sleep with sister this and sister that. Take team word for it. Don't research for yourself. Read for yourself.
Make I tell you something, man. It's a serious thing, you know. You have enough sick people in the hospital where the doctor them is overburdened. Me want these person. We are run up and down all the place with the olive oil all over the place. Go at the hospital and stay with them there in a church and pray with the sickness that the people them in the hospital can walk, just like when them say Jesus in the Bible. Well, one people say, when them say, just heal me, just them say, no, just touch him garment and make him get healed. Me want the people them stay which part them there in a Spanish town. I make Almila stay in him center where him have. And heal the people them upper hospital where can't afford the medicine, where the doctor is overburdened, where them not have enough bed in the hospital. Heal the people them and make them come out of the hospital in the name of your Jesus. It's mad them mad. It's confused them confused. Them leading the people them some serious it's a religion.
The thing that hurt me, you know, is just that. The thing that hurt me the most, you know, is the black people. You know, I don't know warm to them, especially Christians. Them. How can you say a prayer away a hurricane and it go lick a next nation? And you are going to say within your belief.
Yes, so the reason why it lick a nation. The reason why it lick a nation.
Them get liquor because they work voodoo.
Them are over.
And they don't. And none of them never yet talk to a Haitian. None of them never yet go a Haiti. None of them never yet sit down and study the culture. And I want to tell people that Haiti culture richer than Jamaica culture.
But is Haiti, is the voodoo make them free themselves from the French people them? It's not the Christian people them free themselves, it's the voodoo.
Some Jamaicans are a bunch of hypocrites them. Because the same way after the storm blow away, you have man down a obeah a drink blood and all of them. So them things they are ritual and obeah same way. So you have to wipe the matter out of your own eye.
No, man, I realize that. Meanwhile, them a pray. Man, I shot people all over the place, said we. Man, I realize that. So, you're interested in that storm where you pray with. All right, you pray with the storm. So what happened to the people them now, where after the storm now come now, you hear 3 people get shot in this area, 2 people get shot in this area, 5 people get shot. Hey, what kind of people them, man? All the people them heart so cool, Rasta? All the people them, all them heart so cool and them supposed to be this loving, kind and all them so cool that you can't hear. I mean, even the other day, when the earthquake, you can't hear 300,000 people dead in our country. And you are say, yeah, I show the people them I work practice voodoo, and now you hear 800 odd people dead and the whole place mash up. When you look at your television, and you're going to tell me now, say, a God do that? Because the people them now worship him. Then what kind of God that? Because God is God, and God is a jealous God. Jealous, you know. Them say that the Bible, you know, and God is a jealous God. You have to say, because you not bow down and pray to this God, we have power, all overpower you, he make you. And he must search for you, worship him to the point where if you don't worship him, he must go kill you. Then what kind of thing that? Is him make you, is him create you, and he must ask you for worship him to the point where if you don't worship him, he will kill you. What kind of egotistic maniac man creating a them psyche, you know, for come tell you, say, I saw the thing will create all our we there so now. Demand that you worship him. What is the purpose of that? Him all powerful, all omniscient, omnipresent. Him no want nothing from you. You can't give him nothing what him can't make, what him no want, and he make you. And he might ask you to worship him to the point if you don't worship him, he's going to kill you.
But I want before I go in a motor, because I know say I saw time for go still, but I want to ask one question. I don't know if I can answer it or people or they can answer it. If in heaven, in the beginning, in heaven, and heaven is supposed to be a place of pure, no is of spiritualness and happiness and
which part you hear that? Which part you hear that? No, which part you hear that? Which part you hear that? The Bible says war was in heaven. No, but the Bible says war broke out in heaven. You never read that?
So, but heaven is supposed to be a place of pureness.
War broke out in heaven.
My question to you, is, how is it that a place of pureness, how did animosity and envy develop in a fallen angel by the name of Lucifer? Heaven is supposed to be this pure place.
It's mythology, man. It's Greek and Roman mythology. It's Greek and Roman mythology. It was created by the Greeks and the Romans. These ideas was created by Greeks and Romans. That people in the heaven, they will wing a trumpet a blow. And when you hear the trumpet blow, what them are what? Them are the scatterlights? A madness. Anyway, we have to move, brethren.
Yes, just want to big up yourself, big up Mandingo and all of the callers, man. Big up Miss Janice, the operator.
All right, sir. You know, it's a weird thing, you know. It's a weird thing, man. And you have people that say, Lord God, hear the boy, Jesus, have mercy upon his soul. How can a man sit down for the rain and a blast? How them allow him to sit down and a blaspheme, so? Watch a man. If my God is the God when me hear my grandmother talk about and my great-grandmother talk about and people when me go to church me hear them talk about, if that God is what them call the jealous God, the God where we put you in a brimstone and fire because him so egotistic that if you not worship him and pray to him, him will kill you. Me no in a that God. Because me know say, when things happen on earth, yeah, so, and them people, them say feel it the most. So me not nothing with that. You understand? And me must go think now, say, when me dead, what going to happen to me? When me are dead, I figure that out for. Life is just for living. You never hear the man Ernest Smith said, see the cat sitting on the mat. That cat is me and that cat is you. Yes. Ill.
Yeah, Muta.
Yes, Mandingo.
I tell you, man, me so vexed that me no mind. We have to spend more money to phone you forward. Me I hold back a long time, but it no matter. Money don't mean nothing. The way me vexed. When you know, say some of these wicked, evil Christians, them are praise bad things happen to me, you know, because of the way I said it.
Yes, man. Them are pray.
Me I tell you, them evil. Then you say all the little brother they will come with him. I talk about say we are African people, but we curse and but we are Israelites and them idiot.
Idiot.
No, first of all, Israel as you and I know, is just a title where the boy Jacob get, you know. Because Jacob by him name, and Israel, and here all the title.
Fought with the Lord and
it means one who wrestle with the Creator.
And overcome.
How you feel wrestle with the Creator.
A madness, man. A madness.
Some people say you as an Israelite, you follow wickedness. And we are not Jew and not 12 tribe of Israel and not Abraham thing. I as Africans, their own thousands of years before the
but him realize
him realize move and go them to eat that thing.
Him realize how stupid it was, you know.
No, Abraham and no Jew and them things.
Mandigo, him realize how weird it was when we start to pinpoint him one step by step, you know. Him realize how stupid it become, you know.
Of course, I'm never idiot. Whether they go to Bellevue, man. I didn't miss education.
I know Bellevue. No. Moon send him a Bellevue. Muta say, him need to sit down and think out what him say. So him need somebody to sit him down and think out what him say.
No, but that is true because you see the mental enslavement, it make them become mad, you know. So you really have to get them head think. You're right, not Bellevue, because Bellevue will make them mad. You need psychiatrists like I to cleanse their mind.
Sit down and think out what him say.
And that thought, what he and others like him should do, if they want to know the history of our race, the African race, read the book named The Destruction of Black Civilization by Chancellor Williams. That gives a history of our race. Also read the book by Cheek Anta Diop, The African Origin of Civilization. Because you cannot depend on this Christian Bible, which is full of a lot of lies and fairy tales. It's full of myths and fiction.
But you know what amazing?
If you want to know the history of your African race people, read The Destruction of Black Civilization by Chancellor Williams. That gives a history of our race. Fact you up. And also read Cheek Anta Diop book, The African Origin of Civilization, by Dr. Joseph Ben-Yochanan.
Mandingo, you know what amazing is when the brethren say, is the father of the colored people, but Israel is the father of the Negro. Wait now. And when we start to ask him now, so tell me something now. Yeah, tell me, say now, the people them, the colored people them come before the Negro them. So when who are the Negro, them say everybody are Negro. Mr. Bridget, well, you know, see the conflicting thing, you know. Because if you say Negro start with the 12 tribe of Israel, what was the color? What was the race of the people them before Israel?
Exactly.
If I'm the father of black people, what color was Noah?
Exactly.
What color was Japhet?
Who Noah according to for them fairy tale is the father of Ham.
It's madness, man. It's madness.
It is madness. And listen, the only harm them talk about is harm where them go
Christmas.
Both harm. Yes, that's the only harm.
You know, so the Bible says flat nose people can't enter into the tabernacle of the Lord.
Yeah.
Flat nose, you know. The Bible said that, you know. Yes.
Yeah, but listen, is the Babylon, is the Jews in the time of the Babylonian Talmud, which is about 500 years after so-called AD, that come with this racist thing to describe us as African people as being cursed and thing, you know. These people need to get educated. This them come with them thing there, you know.
The youth say we curse. Him no want to say
yes, the Babylonian Talmud, which is about 500 years after AD, after the so-called death of Jesus Christ.
No,
which
we don't say AD
them never know Yeshua. Our people.
A common era, we say no. We say common era now. We don't say after the death of Jesus. Common era.
Precisely. The common era, exactly.
Before the common era and after the common era. And the common era, not before the common era.
Exactly. You know? And I want to heal up my cousin in Manchester, the Chantilly, Manchester, Noel, and all of my friends and family, you know, worldwide. You know what I mean?
Give thanks,
but Muta, we just have to keep on doing what we're doing. So people read Cheek Anta Diop book, The Destruction of Black Civilization, that gives us a history of our race. And Cheek Anta Diop, The African Origin of Civilization, to show us how we create civilization. Man, Abraham and them look up brother, they will not exist. Them for go and go sit down and go buy a hammer shop.
Yeah, all right, sir. All right, give thanks.
Bless.
Yeah. The work heavy. The work heavy. Black people. We don't know. I mean, we worship an unknown God that is liable to get schizophrenic for you. Where we do things to you because it just get vexed. And really and truly, it's we are create them attributes of the God where people are talking about. It's we are create them attributes there, you know. It's we are create the attributes them. We make it become anthropomorphic, giving characteristics to God that is human. So when you say God is jealous, you're giving it a human face. And him get vexed. Him get vexed to the point where him will destroy places. And him select a few little set of people and say, this is my people. My people them here. And him look out for your people them. So everybody will come up to now want to be associated with his people. Black people want to be Jews and Israelites and Hebrews because they want to claim a right to this Jewish God, this Yahweh, this Elohim, this Adonai, this Yahweh. People want to be associated with that. You tell them about Olodumare, you tell them about Shango, you tell them about all of the Orishas, them ask you, what them foolishness they are talking about, Muta? You start to tell them about Kemet. You hear people say Pharaoh. Them talk like Pharaoh is one man. They don't know that Pharaoh is the name of the equivalent to kings in Egypt. So them say Pharaoh was a wicked man. So anytime you think on Egypt, all them think on is Pharaoh army was drowned in the bottom of the ocean. Because Moses stand up on that thing and hold out him hand and the whole of the sea. What kind of madness is that? The sea part and then the people them, 1 million people walk through that, reach over the other side. And then when the army of Ramesses come, the sea cover over back and drown all of the Egyptian them. So right now, Egypt is what you call now the villain. So we take the side of the people them who reach over the other side of the water and they will vilify our ancient people them who give civilization to the Greeks and to the Romans. And all of them religious perspective try to mimic the same people them where they demonize. Can you believe that? The same people where them demonize over centuries and centuries, thousands of years. Is the same people give them all of the thinking. No religious concept originated in the West. None. No spirituality came out of the Western Hemisphere. All of the things that you hear people give credence to as it relates to spirituality come from the East. In some serious mountain. India. China. We up in Tibet. Africa. In the center. At the top. East, west, north, south Africa. And them come and them rape and rob and take away all of those kind of understanding and carry it back to them place. And twist it and turn it and shape it to satisfy themselves. And then them throw it back. And when we say no, we're going back to the root. And no, we're not to the branch. We're going to the root of the thing. You hear say, no, you can't go to the root. A foolishness. Keep with the leaf them. Stay with the leaf them. Those of us who decide that we're going to go to the root of the thing, we start to be looked upon as crazy. Why you want to bring up that? What kind of foolishness that you have around your neck? Where you think that about? Where you think that for? You know, she say, I mean, really? You demonize everything that is African. Black people don't know to say something wrong. Or one place in the world so demonic, and the other place, you can't find nothing bad in the other place. Nothing. I talked to some youth the other day, and I said to them, how come we have jungle? And when you think upon jungle, what you think upon? Matrix, when you think upon jungle, what you think upon? Lion and tiger and Yamo people. Yeah. When you think upon forest, what you think upon?
Just big tree.
Yeah. Yogi Bear and Bugs Bunny. and the blouse and skirting there. When you think about, you ever hear the forest in Africa? You ever hear the jungle in America? A forest in America and jungle in Africa, because jungle is the part where you're getting them up. And forest is the place where you're going to have picnic. Yogi Bear, I teach people lunch. You take them easy. And we suck it in. You ever hear about any tribe in Europe? Yeah. A pure Africa tribe there. You know why? Tribes sound organized, you know, like people not organized. But you have the nations. And you have a whole heap of tribe in Europe, you know, not Finland and all, it's the Caucasus Mountain, you know. A whole heap of tribe up there, you know. Then they me go to Finland, you know, go up in some tribe, it's part of some tribe there, you know. Them play some rotted music up there still. I tell you, is that way that you have indigenous tribes in Europe, you know. People don't recognize tribes not only amongst indigenous dark-skinned people. You understand? But when you check it now, it come like say we more wild. Why is the black people are kill our black people? Why is you ever see white people are kill white people? So white people murder one another. World War I and World War II was the most devastating human, what they call it, I mean, slaughter ever gone amongst human being against human being. World War I and World War II. Millions of people dead. And white people are kill white people. And them take we and put we inside of the war there. Jamaican people go drive, fly plane, Royal Air Force, to go get rid of Hitler and become British. Because them very proud now to them is, you know, the Queen's servant, Royal Air Force. Millions of people dead in a World War I and a World War II. And not even no World War neither, you know. It's not no World War. It's Germany side with Mussolini and decides they're going to attack France and they're going to attack England. And England respond and America coming at the war. We never in the war. We sit down at the thing and drink rum and coconut water. And I climb coconut tree and sing, they lighter. And them think that we don't sing. And I run up and down and I mosquito 1, mosquito 2, mosquito jump in at Kalaloo, woo woo. And that's how we are sing. We never had nothing with them. But when you hear them talk about, boy, tribal war in African, boy, Africans can't unite, Africa kill off African, and them thing there. And them have religion. Islam, murder of one another, murder of other people who don't belong to them. Christianity, just like Islam in Europe. The same way you see the Muslims, them are going now, ISIL people, them are going. And the same way the Christians, them going in Europe, where them called medieval times. And then the European, them going other people's land, part of them land. One side named Pakistan, one side named India. One part named Cameroon, the other part named Nigeria, the other part, divide up the place. Them come at Jamaica, divide up the place. You have St. Thomas over there, so, and you have St. James over there, so who the hell is St. Thomas and St. James? Most people don't even know who them people there. Mr. Lord Portland come here the other day, him family, them come here the other day, come look on him servant, them in a Portland. St. Elizabeth, St. Anne, all of them people there. They have nothing to do with me. And if you start out, well, you're going to change the name of the people, and say, why you want to change those names? What good does that serve to do these things? I mean, it never trouble you. It trouble way because it disconnect way. Yeah, they're not European saying some foolishness, them bring it off. We need to disconnect ourselves from them thing there and reconnect to our things. Like how the place named Force Road and named Marcus Garvey Boulevard. You go through where name there, Corville, all of the street them Havana, the Paragons, the Eptones, you understand? Something relevant to we. You know, see, Usain Bolt Highway, and them thing there, we are work with. That we can relate to it instead of St. James, St. Anne, you know, Cornwall, Middlesex, and Surrey, England, that there, you know. Cornwall, Middlesex, and Surrey, England, you know. And we still maintain them thing there. University of the West Indies. How the hell we come Indian? Or West Indies? Which part of West Indies there? A mistake Columbus make. Think same they are India. And we did that we are Indian. We are West Indian. How the hell we become West Indian? Nobody know Indian never answer so. Everywhere white people go, them call the people them Indian. No Indian never there Jamaica when Columbus come here. So none. Because them go America, them still call the people them Indian too. Red Indian. Them go Australia, them call the people them Indian too. Aboriginal Indian. Everywhere them go, them call the people them Indian. And we know so no Indian never there. So no Indian never there Jamaica. You can't tell a little youth that we are going to school. Because say they want to the Arawak Indian. And you say about the Arawak them wasn't Indian. A Columbus when them land out the same things they are Indian the day. So all that we in a way, and when you hear the right thing now, you start to fight against the right thing. And that make you do, you know. When you hear the right thing, you fight against the right thing. Because me say no Indian never there, you some people on the car, when Muta talk, but them never go to school.
They set a punishment fee.
So what to the Arawak them are what? I say about the Arawak them are no Indian. And me see Columbus make. Everybody knows that Columbus dead in a prison in Spain. Was he was a criminal when him go back? He was no hero, you know. Yesterday, I asked some student, which part of Columbus born? None of them don't know. And them have a paid up this about the history of Jamaica. None of them don't know which part of Columbus born. One of them say Columbus born at Spain. I said, the whole one agree them say, yeah. I said, Columbus never born in Spain. Columbus was an Italian. Born in a place named Genoa. What is important that it's not important really. It's not going to deserve rice now go gone up or go down if you know. But it's good for know, for straighten out the thing. Because you have to straighten out the thing. It's madness. Them have in a total madness. When you hear a man come on the radio and say, no, African never come here, a Jew, a Hebrew come here. You know, it's a madness. Then what me is? Him say we are Hebrew. Me say, no, brethren, me are not Hebrew, me are African, you are Hebrew. It's madness anyway. So give thanks to the board, you know, give thanks to the time there again, you know. From 2 to 5:45 with the stepping razor, the art of war. I mean, I tell you, tomorrow go explosive. It's going explosive. You think I joke me I make? Tomorrow go explosive. What I say, you think I joke me I make? Anyway, we give thanks to me hungry, we give thanks to... I wish I had a parade of them out there, by the way. Janice out there? Janice, how you do, my love? Oh, gosh, man. Janice. Janice will like me, you know. Janice will like me. How come?
Why?
Go and ask her. Go ask her why she don't like me. I know some love her, but I know Jesus love little children.
I think I said the reason she don't like me neither.
She don't like you neither. No, I can't see why she don't like you. But I can't see why she don't like me. I can't see why she don't like me. Believe you me. So, yeah, we give thanks to me hungry. Give thanks to Tracy. Yeah, man. We're gone, you know. With this tune, I know, make Matrix come set up him Derek till 6 o'clock.
So let's go ahead and hear what Dr. Umar got to say in this one. My people, let's watch.
One of the questions I really wanted to ask you, man, is that what is black media's obsession with Tupac?
As a Tupac fan, I think the obsession is rightfully earned. Because when we look at Tupac, you have your gangster rapper mixed with your social activist, mixed with the fact that he is the child of one of our greatest female revolutionaries, Afeni Shakur, a black woman who defended not only herself, but the entire Panther 21, full acquittals, I think, for just about everyone, when they were framed by COINTELPRO and falsely accused of plotting to blow up some New York City buildings. Wow. Pregnant with Tupac, she goes into court without a law degree and successfully defends her entire organization. Stepfather Mutulu Shakur, who just passed away, actually saw him speak live, not in person though, but by way of webcam at a program held at the University of Pennsylvania's Rotunda in West Philly about 2 months ago. He died shortly thereafter, so I'm thankful I had a chance to just hear the brother speak. But nonetheless, he's the child of iconic revolutionaries, the greatest rapper alive at the time, I would say of all time. I think you don't get a more socially conscious rapper than Tupac. I don't know of one. And I think Tupac embodies all the contradictions of young black malehood. The materialism, the love of black women, while at the same time, some exploitation of them. You know, gangster, but also social revolutionary. So I think people are so enamored with Tupac because he represents all of the dichotomies, contradictions, insecurities, and greatness that lies at the heart of what black men are and what black men can be. And I think people often fathom over where he would be had he been alive. Like even myself, I say, imagine if me and Tupac would have been able to work together at this time. That would have been amazing. Not saying that that would have happened, but I just think Tupac represents too much of what life as a black man is and what life as a black male activist was for people to ignore him. And not to mention his style of rap was very unique. I don't know what to call that style of poetry, but it's a very difficult type of a poetry. He flowed from his gut, from his heart, was in his music, meant every line, very truthful. I mean, I think Pac the GOAT. I think Pac the GOAT. Make you laugh, make you think, make you smile, teach you a little bit. I still remember when he died, my father came to my dorm room, Millersville University. I think my girlfriend was in the room with me at the time. Did I let him in the room? I don't remember. She was in the room though, so I don't know if she just stayed under the cover or whatever. But he came, it was family day, so it was a big football game. Family day, Millersville University. And he said, your boy dead. And he said it very sarcastically because he didn't like Tupac. He said, yeah, you know your man dead. And I'm thinking he joking, right? Because I follow everything. I was on the source. And I turned on the TV, Tupac Shakur died yesterday. I said, wow. So I forget what time of day he died. He either died the night before Family Day or he died on Family Day.
He died the night because they made the announcement we were at the skating rink.
It was the evening? Okay, so he died the night before Family Day. You know what I mean? So that was touching though, because I was Pac. When I say I was Pac, I was Pac. I remember he's supposed to come perform in Philadelphia at the Man Music Center, have my ticket. I'm gonna go see Pac, and guess what? I think, was Ed Rendell the mayor or John Street or Michael Nutter? I forget, but they canceled it because they said it might be violent. Tupac might bring a lot of violence to Philly. The one time I was going to get to see Tupac and they canceled it out. I remember when Big was murdered, we was about to have our Spring Fling concert. Me and my secretary of the Black Student Union, I was the president, we always go to Cheney, Lincoln, Westchester, a couple other colleges, and we slide flyers under all the doors. And she turned on the radio. We leaving Millersville. I think we headed to Cheney. They said, Notorious B.I.G. was shot and killed last night in L.A. And guess who's on the flyer? Little Kim and KRS-One. Crazy. So obviously, because of Kim's relationship with Big, she wasn't doing no show at that time. She was mourning. So we had to cancel Kim, and guess who we put in her spot? Sean Carter. So it was KRS-One and Jay-Z for our Spring Fling concert.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. So Tupac, I still listen to Pac. He get me hype. You know, the message. I'm just a Pac dude, man. I'm Pac. So
I was I know I was criticizing like modern rap recently for like being very dark, but I was listening to Tupac 783 recently.
Yes, sir.
And I think what you mentioned earlier, he does a unique job of capturing that darkness of the black male psyche and that struggle with mental health. Even though the wording isn't modern wording that we would use for mental health, but if you really analyze it, it's a specific song, Crazy. I forgot to do he did the song with, but times go by puffing on loud with shit.
Yes, sir. I know you're talking about.
I was like, yo, really?
Got me going crazy.
Yeah, you really captured dudes going through it, or even like a song like Pour Out a Little Liquor. You know? Both of those songs on Above the Rim soundtrack.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, he really, as I said, the wording is different with our modern times on how we identify mental health. It is. But he really, I don't know if he knew what he was doing, but he was able to verbalize or articulate what a lot of brothers were going through, their insecurities.
Almost like a early advocate of mental health in a way.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it definitely was. The modern rappers out here now is more of a complainant, not necessarily an analysis of the psyche mixed with a hopeful message. I think, from what I heard, I think at the back end of the Pac thing, it's a little hope in there. Or,
I agree.
Or inspiration for the future.
And it was very relatable.
Yeah.
Because for me, I wasn't a girl chaser. I wasn't materialistic. I didn't party. I didn't smoke. I didn't drink. And I could still relate to Pac's music. You feel me? Because he had enough. It was so socially and psychologically relevant, to your point, that I didn't skip a beat. Now, he still had that other side for those who was in that, but he had enough for the regular guys. He had enough for me as an activist and a student leader. He had enough in there for me. Whereas with Big, I grew to appreciate Big after he transitioned, because while Big was alive, you know, it was all Versace. You know what I mean? It was very materialistic. He could rap, but I couldn't relate to it because I wasn't into that. Not that there was anything wrong with it per se, but I wasn't into that. I wasn't, you know, the big man and the Benz and the Versace's and the Cristal. I wasn't into that. So, and I didn't want to be into that. So but I knew Pac before Big anyway. So I never gravitated.
But now that we're talking about it, man, I just feel like with the Tupac, I guess he had that duality because he was a regular dude at his heart. He was a brilliant person.
Regular dude.
You get what I'm saying?
He was a regular dude.
For whatever reason, he had this other facade. I can't even say it's the other part of him. I really truly think it's a facade, but he had this other part that he presented to the public, and I think it came out in the music.
Okay. I don't know if it was a facade. I think he had it in him.
Yeah.
You know, because when he shot at them police for harassing that brother in Atlanta, he took a big chance with his life. Like, he could have died or even went to jail. But I do think because he was short in stature and because he had a big heart, I think sometimes he had to present himself as tougher than what he was, you know, as a means of self-defense. And then him and his mom, I think that pulled a lot of men and women towards Tupac with Dear Mama.
Big tune, yeah.
And what's the one for the ladies? Keep Your Head Up.
Keep your head up, man.
Like, no other rappers really had a song like that at that time. Some of them have made some sense, but he really earned the respect of black women with that.
But, and that's why I'm conflicted with this, like, this deity that Tupac has become, because even though he made those songs, he has so many songs that trump those songs with the message. You get what I'm saying? So, like, he has Dear Mama, right?
Yeah.
But Pac got some crazy songs,
He do.
especially when
He
it
do.
comes to females. So it's like, he has more of those songs than that song. And what I've learned with artists is that they all have that aspect in them. They may not be able to release it due to the record company, but they have that in them to produce that type of music.
Okay.
And I just think that, like, you know, no disrespect to Tupac, but I'm still confused in regards to, like, it seems like they just put up that message and those songs and they disregard the other songs that kind of wash away those songs.
I see what you're saying, but in my analysis of Pac, I don't dismiss any of it.
I got you.
You know, I can hold him accountable for the garbage, and I can also give him his flowers for the constructive messages that he put out. And I think they were both symptomatic of not only who he is, but who we were as young black men. I think we all had that in us. I think it is the contradictions and the dualities that made him so special, because he was willing to bear his heart on wax to a degree that a lot of other rappers did not.
And one of the lyrics that really, I think, captured the essence of people and the duality within everybody, the polarity, when he said, "I'm not a killer, but don't push me." And I think that too many times we identify killers as like absolute killers, and that's not the case, bro.
That's
put
true.
in the right situation, yeah.
Almost anybody can.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
we
sir.
have to give thanks that some of us have been in that situations, and for whatever reason, we didn't fully go through certain things, and you have to give thanks. But that line touched me so much because it just shows that everyone has that within them, and just give thanks you didn't cross that line, you know?
And you know, also, when I look at Pac or even Big, you know, they're deaf. And when Big died, bro, I can still see it right now. When Pac died, I didn't go off campus.
Yeah.
But you know, we all decorated our dorms in Tupac pictures and magazine cutout. My whole dorm was not just me. Every
right
brother,
right on source,
all of it. The whole. We went to the library, printed out pictures. The dorm door, the dorm room door became
like a Tupac mural almost.
It was a mural. When I went to Lincoln and Cheney, the day Big died, I'm there the day Big died. So he died the night before. The next day, we had Lincoln and Cheney in Westchester. I wish I would have taped it. Every dorm room door and the dorm itself door, the main entrance to the dorm, was decorated in Big. They had the biggest speakers you could find, blasting Big out of every dorm. You could go nowhere on Lincoln's campus or Cheney's campus and not hear Big's music loud as day. Me and Moana is her name. Shout out to Sister Moana. She's York, PA. She was my secretary. And every time we needed to give flyers out, Moana never turned me down. She always, and Tamika was the other sister. Every time I needed to drive, we'd drive and do the flyers. Shout out to Moana. And we was just in awe. Yeah. They literally decorated the whole campus in BIG memorabilia, and the music was blasting. And the administration let them do it because they know that was, because you know, normally they say turn that music. I mean, it was, you could feel the bass in you, like boom, boom, Notorious. I said, wow. Then we went to Cheney. It was the same thing. Westchester, not so much. White school. You know what I mean? We saw some of it with the brothers and sisters, but Cheney and Lincoln, I wish I would have taped that, bro, because that was a part of my experience that I didn't record. But to be there on the day Big died, the two oldest black colleges in America, and to see that, I'll never forget it.
And there's another thing I wanted to touch on, man, is that the violence with black youths, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory that is mostly done for attention. I grew up in East Orange.
Now, the violence or the homicide?
The homicide. But what I'm noticing with the youth, and I know this is when I was teaching, that's where I came up with the theory, is that because they're unable to gain that attention through material, because the market's different now. The street hustling is like totally different.
It is.
Right? And most dudes outside is pretty much broke. They're moving towards violence for validation and attention. And the reason I think I call attention the new currency. The reason I say that's because what I'm noticing is that after they commit a violent act, they publicly declare it. You get what I'm saying? I
see what you're saying.
I'm doing a violent act and I'm literally putting it on social media so everyone knows that I did the act, knowing I'm gonna get locked up for it. But I disregard that because it seems that the attention I'm gonna receive is the most important thing.
I do.
That's why I kind of see like.
I see your point, and I do believe it's true for a lot of them.
Yeah.
I don't think it's true for most of them.
Yeah.
But from a gang perspective, you join the gang for validation and notoriety.
Right. Like a team in a sense. You know?
Absolutely. So if you're given the order to take someone out, you may very well do it for the status it's going to give you in the organization.
Yeah.
the side where I disagree. So I do agree it's true for many. For those who it may not be true for, I believe the stress and the depression with the economic desperation and the trauma from failed family life and absentee dads and psychologically unavailable moms and the miseducation system. I think a lot of it is stress,
ticking time bombs,
and poor coping mechanisms. Like you said earlier, we're not taught how to deal with our emotions. And I believe the black on black homicide crisis is the perfect example of a black man feeling disrespected, oppressed, without options. I don't know where my life is headed anyway. The least thing I can do right now is reclaim my respect by taking his life. And in many regards, I believe that black on black homicide is such a big problem because for a lot of black men, the only power they feel that they can ever exercise is the power they use to take a life from another black man. You know, because to be able to take your life, to end your existence, that is powerful. And it is very tempting to someone who feels absolutely powerless. Because it's not uncontrolled rage. Some people would say the black on black crime epidemic is uncontrolled rage. I completely disagree. You know why? We rarely, if ever, accidentally kill white folks. You see what I'm saying? It's controlled. It's very controlled. If a white person comes down the street in the middle of a drive-by, we stop shooting until they get through safe passage. And then we'll start shooting again. If it was uncontrolled, there would be more non-African casualties. And it's not. So it is controlled. They will not release it on a boss. They're not going to release it on a snow bunny at the movie theater for saying something out of pocket necessarily. But let another black person disrespect me. They gonna get it. The Chinese gonna get a pass. Arab gonna get a pass. Caucasian gonna get a pass. I ain't giving a black person a pass. And why am I not gonna give them a pass? Because if my life isn't worth much, neither is theirs. What did Tupac say in Juice at the Lockers? He said, cause I ain't shit. I ain't never gonna be shit. And the minute I decide that you ain't gonna be shit, pow, so be it. I don't know if he made that up or if that was in the script, but that little piece right there captured the heart and soul of why black men find it so easy to kill other black men. We were never taught to value African life. And the women are catching up. I had a sister pull me to the side. She said, Dr. Umar, you keep talking about black on black males. Have you been paying attention to the killings of black women by black women? Right. How they running up on each other, how they killing each other in the prisons? She said, it may not be as bad as the men, but it's quickly getting there. She said, you better start spending more time talking about black on black female homicide because it's catching up. And a lot of the black on black male homicide is female instigated. Big time, bro. So, you know, that ego, man. The only thing worse than a big ego is a scarred ego. Because a scarred ego has no tolerance for disrespect. It's already bruised. I'm already hurt, and you got the audacity to crush me again? Not this time. I might go to jail for 20 years, but guess what? In the moment I see your lifeless body, I'm going to feel like I accomplished something, even though it was bad. I was able to take a life, so never again will someone be able to claim that I'm powerless. That gun in my hand, my ability to close your mouth permanently, that's tempting to somebody who ain't used to wielding power.
No, it's facts. And with the female violence, I noticed at the school I was at, I would say that, like, truthfully, 95% of the fights were females. And what I'm noticing with the female culture now is that because they're praised again, they're being praised by the males for the violent behavior. But it just seems like a natural flow that it would lead to homicide because most of the jumping and the fighting are the girls, bro. At the school I was at. I don't know about
I see what you're saying. No, I'm seeing it. I'm hearing about it.
The girls was getting it in, yeah.
But I'm also wondering, not to unjustifiably implicate them in the crisis, but I have to consider whether or not that hardcore lesbian culture has something to do with it, because in Philly, you know, and it may have calmed down a little bit, but at least 4 years ago and prior, so let's say 2019, just before COVID, let's say Obama comes in 09. So from 09 to 19, those 10 years, Philly high schools had a strong lesbian gang energy. And it was heavy. Within lesbian gangs, if you wasn't down with us, you know what I mean, you become a victim to us. And a lot of sisters voluntarily became hard, even if they didn't turn gay, they became hard so they could survive. And they aligned themselves with the lesbian gang. So I'm just wondering if, you know, some of that toxic lesbian energy did not play a role in the wave of homicide violence we now see amongst black women.
I think it's
to me, and this goes back to black parents being more authoritative, because I think we become too democratic. Yeah. And I think black parenting has become too democratic at the wrong time. Yeah. You could have been a better democratic parent 30 years ago. Right. But now, with all these agendas they pushing on our children, this is not the time for black parents to be letting their children make lifelong irreversible decisions. Not to evoke Dwayne Wade and Zion into this, but as an example, right? I just feel that a parent letting their child decide that they're going to live the rest of their life as the opposite gender at such a young age, I think that's a decision that to come back to haunt them if that child ever gets to a point in their life where they're no longer comfortable living the artificial identity. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? That
the suicide rate amongst that crew
is through the roof. That's why I don't know why they let them. It's through the roof, man. The homosexual men, lesbian women, especially the ones who go to sex change. Once they get that sex, because you can't go back. You can't go back. When you go through that, they remove your testicles. Yeah. They remove your ovaries. You can't go back. What we doing? Yeah. And you know, one day them kids, he might become a Christian. Yeah. You know, become a Hebrew, get into African culture, might become something where he wants to reclaim his God-given essence, right. And you didn't already let them steal it away from your child. I just think black parents need to become more authoritarian. And I think we made a big mistake at the turn of the century, because that's really when they started introducing the anti-child abuse message and punishment from the Department of Health and Human Services through DHS. I remember being in grad school when them laws started coming down, saying you can't spank your child, or parents could be arrested if they too brutal with the abuse, with the punishment. Black parents should have never swallowed that, because if you look at it in retrospect, what they did was, we about to come with the pedophile agenda, we about to come with the rainbow agenda. What we gonna do is we're gonna make sure black parents have been conditioned to not punish them. Right. So when we come in with these alternative agendas, the children are gonna be able to do what they want, because the parents are gonna be too scared to touch them. Yeah. So the way they rolled that out, it was perfect. First, we're gonna rebuild the black house into a democratic home where children make the decisions on what they're gonna do with their lives. And then we're gonna hit them with the rainbow bomb, hit them with the pedophilia bomb. And they're not done with the pedophilia bomb. Yeah. Oh, they're not done with that. I believe we just had a DSM-5 text revision come out. DSM-5 and DSM-5 TR. I don't think, or are we at DSM-6? Either way, we got a new DSM out. They normally come out every 10 years. Yeah. That one just came out a few years ago. The next time we get another DSM, 7 to 10 years or so, we in 2024. Nat Turner's bicentennial was 2031. The next time we get a DSM, I wouldn't be surprised if pedophilia is legal. Yeah. If pedophilia is not legal, they will at least reduce the age of majority. Right now it's 16. Yeah. It's going down to 13 or 14. Yeah. It's going down to 13 or 14 because there's too much power. Too many powerful men are behind the pedophilia agenda for one reason. If they get caught, they don't want to go to serve time for it. Period. Period. All these pedophiles, the whole Jerry Epstein thing, and he was not the face of it. They just made him the face. You know, there's too many children being sexually trafficked in this country. Yeah. Too many children. So yesterday, they just found 200 kids somewhere. Get out of here. You mean to tell me I just found another bunch of 200 kids and y'all don't know who's selling them? Yeah. It's because the government is involved in all this. Yeah. And I just believe to protect the predators, they're going to have to legalize pedophilia, because at the top of this are rich, powerful white men who don't ever want to have to go to jail for abusing children, because you know what happens to you in jail. They're going to kill you if you abuse children. You saw what they did to Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah. You know what I mean? Somebody else, I think they cracked up too. So they won't survive jail. So the pedophile industry needs the rich elites that control it to be unpunishable. Yeah. So I believe the age of majority is going down to 12 or 13.
So like these missing black girls are they like snatching them up, or like how are they like?
They snatching them up.
Yeah.
They snatching them up. And they being more aggressive too. Cause first of all, you got different rings of sex trafficking. Yeah. And I'm gonna say this, damn near every race has their own ring. Yeah. You got the Asian ring of sex trafficking, you got the Arab ring of sex trafficking, you got the Latino ring of sex trafficking, you got the white/government ring of sex trafficking, and you got your black ring of sex trafficking. You see what I'm saying? And the reason why people getting away with it, because a lot of the recruiters are women. Yeah. So if they're using a woman to get a woman, her guard ain't up. Yeah. And they're using normal people. You feel me? These are regular people. I saw an interview with a sister who was a sex trafficker of children. She operated in the church. Yeah. She was on the choir. Yeah. She said, and they was like, you didn't feel bad? She said, yeah, I felt bad, but I was getting paid to do this. And I think she was also under threat. Yeah. She was being paid. They told her that if she ever blew the cover, she might die. Yeah. So they gave her an offer she couldn't refuse. She operated in the church. Yeah. And guess what she said? She said it's easy to get black kids because most of them come from single homes. Facts. And they're looking for somebody to do what? Spend attention. Money and attention. She said it's easy to get the black girls. They don't have a father. Facts. So there's really no accountability in the home. Yeah. The mother too busy paying the bills. And they thirsting for what? Validation. Yeah. And then in the black community, the average age of a male sex trafficker, I think, is something like 27, 25, 27. So think about our girls, right? 15 to 17, looking a little older, 15 to 17. They're going to be attracted to what? 19 to 21. He 27, but he looked 21. So the first thing he do, he game her up. They spend a little bit of time together. Next thing you know, he give her a drink. She fall asleep. She wake up in the back of a ship somewhere headed to Dubai.
I want to ask you, man, like when you do these podcasts, bro, you don't think like they don't show your brilliance due to the questions that they ask you, some of the topics you have to cover? 'Cause I know you have to answer what they ask you, right? And sometimes it's just like, and I understand you there, but do you think like it's not really showing the world your intellectual brilliance due to the topics you have to talk about?
Without question, I would say that my interview time could have been better spent. About half of the interviews I've done over these 14 years of being global, I ask myself, why didn't they ask me better questions? Yeah. Sometimes I walk away and say, hypothetically, we got an election coming up. Yeah. You ain't gonna talk on that. You know what I mean? Or anything critical, or they just outlawed this. You ain't gonna bring that up. Like, are we going to focus on the sensationalism so much that we're not even going to tackle the critical issues that are relevant to black people taking place right now? So sometimes I'll be a little offended that we didn't get in more progressive conversation during the interview. I expect the sensationalism, though, because people want to know. I know they want to know what I think about this and what I think about that, which is cool. But it would be good if there was more balance. It would be good if there was more balance. Ask a few more politically relevant questions, a few more educationally relevant questions, a few more psychologically relevant questions, tap into the expertise a little bit. Because I have done interviews where the interviewer asked me the same questions as the interview I just did.
No, I go fire. I see.
I'll be like, wait, bro, give me something new. Like, it could be 2 or 3 questions, but don't do the same thing. You know what I mean? But what I do now is sometimes I might, give some questions to make sure we hit on some stuff. But it's the gift and the curse. And with me, no matter what questions I get, I'm gonna always lace it with, lace it with something that's politically constructive. You know what I mean? Because I've been on some interviews, like I was on this one cat interview, he wasn't that well known though. And he just asked me a whole bunch of bullshit. I'm like, why am I here, bro? Like, I don't want to answer that. Like, that's not even, I don't even care about that. Like, you know, so sometimes you could tell it's purely for clicks and views. You know what I mean? But I take the good with the bad.
And the last one too, man, you may see this as a BS question, but being that you speak about marriage a lot, or that's the demand. I know this is like the last year I've been on this marriage ride. Being in the position that you're in, how do you find it realistically building a relationship with a woman to the point where you would consider marriage?
For me, marriage is going to be quite a mystery because I care for my mother. And we live in an age where African people are selfish. And so one of my barriers to marriage would be, am I likely to find a woman or two? Because I plan to have two. Am I likely to find a woman who's going to be that selfless and that committed to me that she will help me care for my mom? Because I've heard the stories about people who have put their parent out of the house for their spouse. I don't know how you do that. Like, I know people who know men who moved their mother out the house for their wife because she didn't like the mom. Or the wife moved the husband out moved the father out for the husband. No woman coming before my mother. You know what I mean? That's my mother. She gave me life. So, you know, for me, and I'm very close to my mom. I'm a mama's boy, oldest son. You know, so for me, I don't know if it's realistic for me to think I'm gonna find a woman who's gonna be willing to help me care for my mom. You know what I mean? So that's just one. Let's put my queen mother to the side and let's just look at my life's work. I think a lot of people think I'm joking because of the memes and the sensationalism and the gifts and all that folks make, which is a double-edged sword because on the one hand, it guarantees circulation of my message. On the other hand, it trivializes a very serious message. And so when I meet sisters and they see how serious I am about the freedom struggle, they be taken aback. And I'm looking at them like, what did you expect of me? You see my videos, you see the lectures. And I still think that they thought that it was an act. Because a lot of brothers in the conscious movement, it is an act. You know, they're not really serious about liberation. But I literally live it. It's all I've known since the 4th grade, right? This is who I am. My relationship to Frederick Douglass, I take that seriously. Even though he's only a cousin, I take it seriously. And so what's the likelihood of me running into a Betty Shabazz or Amy Garvey or a Winnie Mandela or a Anna Douglas? You feel me? Them types don't come around that often no more. And that's what I'm probably going to need to hold me down. Now, I got a lady friend, nice lady friend. And I think she can hold me down. If she play her cards right, she'll be one of the queens for sure. But it is tough because most women have never dated a man who's unapologetically committed to the liberation of his people, even more so than his own life.
But I think more than that, just like committed to anything. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but the brothers be committed to music, they be committed to sports. You see what I'm saying? They be committed to making money, but to be committed to something from which you don't directly benefit, I don't think a lot of them are used to that. And when you meet sisters, and this is where the celebrity part of being Dr. Umar also works against me, because I think they think I just want like a video vixen or something. Like they just, cause you know with a rapper, you just gotta stand on their arm. Athlete, you ain't gotta do no work. You just gotta be pretty when they call on you. Be ready. That ain't my life. I'm about helping people, saving people, struggling for our people. I don't need you to look good. My wife don't have to be physically attractive. If she got the mindset and the commitment and she about her people, I could deal with an average sister. She better know how to cook, but I could deal with an average sister. I don't need the beauty queen. But, you know, I ran into a lot of women where it's like, why you even introduce yourself to me on that level? Because you ain't about helping nobody. You ain't about serving nobody. And see, what I'll do is I'll put them to work, because you got to see if they can do work. I'll give them something. And there's nothing more disgusting than to give a woman you attracted to a job to do for the people and they screw it up. And now you got to drop them, because now you couldn't even do this. This simple thing, you couldn't even do this. How you gonna be my wife? Come on, it's over. It's been a good journey though. You know, if somebody was to ask me, what do you regret the most? Looking back 14 years now, you know, globally, 25 years now, totally, I would say I should have cataloged more of my work. There's
the travels.
Yeah, man. Especially the debuts, man. My first time in Jamaica, my first time in Detroit, my first time in London. Them first ones, they were classics and I have no record of them on film. I wish I would have cataloged more of my work. I wish I would have kept a journal of these 14 years, like a travel diary. Oh my God, that would make for some good reading, man, because so much you go through behind the scenes with the promoters, the hosts, the interviewers, the people, the haters, the government, the cops. You know, people saying we got to shut y'all down because I got too many people in here. And sometimes they'll look out for you. Cop will come and say, I know we're supposed to shut this down, Doc, but I'm a fan, so we're going to leave y'all in here. Just don't let nobody else in. Just a lot of the little things. The elders who come up and give you hugs and talk to you. The children of famous people. Let me give you one. I was in Savannah, Georgia for Juneteenth, like 2 weeks ago, right? I dropped off the rental. I'm walking through the airport. This brother runs up and gives me a hug. Short brother, but I could tell he was from the continent. He said, keep doing what you're doing. I'm Sheikh Anta Diop's nephew.
That's crazy.
And you know who Sheikh Anta Diop is, right? I said, what the fuck? He looked at me and said, I'm watching you. I'm like, damn. Like, that's something I wish I would have caught. You know what I mean? Because I ain't never ran into a relative of Sheikh Anta Diop before. He said, yeah, I'm his nephew. And I followed him. Like, damn, that's a hell of a validation right there. But a lot of that, I didn't catch it. Like, what I should have done these 14 years, I should have had a cameraman with me. You know how you say travel with security? I should have traveled with a cameraman because I would have a whole library of some real good footage. So I regret that. I regret not journaling, even with the FDMG. Imagine if I would have had built an FDMG every day for the past 5 years since we bought the school, or 10 years since we started raising money for the school, when they sabotaged my GoFundMe, when they spray painted, when the IRS audited me. You know what I'm saying? When I had to go to the Pennsylvania State Board for my credentials. Like, I wish I would have just captured my thoughts, feelings, and experiences in those moments, bro. I didn't do a good enough job documenting. I regret that more than anything else. 2 things I wish I had before I started my work. I wish I would have been married before I started my work. If I had a wife before September 18th, 2010, when I did that interview in Chicago, and October 30th, 2010, when I did that lecture in Harlem, because it was those 2 events that really pushed me forward. If I had a wife by my side this whole 14 years, I'd probably be on my 5th school by now. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can admit not having that helpmate has held back how much I could have got done for the people.
Explain for those watching that don't understand the importance.
Because number one, when you're single, and I'm gonna get credit, this credit goes to Elder Lawrence. He's a Rastafari out of Syracuse. Shout out to Baba Lawrence. He came up, we was driving somewhere. We was somewhere, Baba Lawrence said, I can't wait till you get married. I said, why you say that, Ross? He said, because you don't know this, but when you have a wife, you stop searching. He said, because you single, even though your priority is the work, subconsciously, you might not even know it, you're still hunting. You're still hunting.
That's taking away from your focus.
Yes, he said, you can't tell. I like, nah, I said, nothing come before the work. He said, you can't tell. Because you're single, you're still looking. You might not even realize you're looking. I said, damn, that's true. That's true. He said, even when you think you're not paying attention to the women, you are. He said, when you get a wife, you'll finally see the difference.
So my people, this one was indeed an interesting one. And you don't know, you can leave your honest comment down in the comment section. And also your own opinion. And you don't know, say, me there Pani Black Unity program. So feel free to leave a like and subscribe to this channel if you're new. Big up to each and everyone. Up until then, peace out. Adios.